A lot of good meetings, and it's exciting. It's an excitement in the air right now, Jeff, as we kick off football season.
Most definitely. Always optimism at the beginning of a new year, and this program's been on a good streak over the last 8 years or so, and so the expectations are definitely higher, and that makes the excitement even higher.
Absolutely. 8th straight season of playoffs. That's a school record. Last year we finished out the regular season, finished out the playoffs, lost in the first round to Houston Academy. This is my opinion. Really good season last season. I thought we exceeded a lot of expectations, made a move at quarterback. A few games into the season, really impressed by what they did with Christian Snipes, what he was able to bring to the table down the stretch of the football season. When they made that move with Snipes under center, Jeff, really kept defenses a little bit more honest because he is a threat to throw the ball.
Yeah, it definitely opened us up a little bit. We were very one-dimensional early, and, we felt like AC and David Ortiz-Ramirez were good enough that we probably could go one-dimensional against the lesser competition and maybe mediocre competition, but we knew against the better teams that would be a struggle, and so it was a little bit of a blessing in disguise when they put Christian in, and he did open up the offense, no doubt about it. There was definitely a pass threat that the defenses had to think about, and it definitely opened us up quite a bit. And we made a nice run the second half of the season.
Absolutely. In the first few games, you saw a lot of defenses really creeping up into the box, just knowing we weren't really going to take many shots. And, you got to tip your hat to the coaches. You got to tip your hat to Coach Summers, making that change, really putting Snipes in a position to be successful. Really good play calling by Coach Dawkins. And so really good things happening last year. Had some playmakers on that field last year. And here's the deal, Jeff. A lot of seniors from last year are not here. That William Milner, gone. He's a name that we used to joke about. We would say his name consistently. He left a great legacy here. He's a hustler. Where he was on the field, but William Milner has now graduated. He's not on the field tonight.
Yeah, that's exactly right. The defense especially, only 2 starters coming back on the defense, and we lost, the likes of Ari Bowman, Jalen McCovery, William Milner, Jalen Flowers, Lane Smith, Spencer Meeks. You just go down the list. 9 starters that were seniors are gone from last year's defense, and so definitely some key points on defense that we lost for sure. On the good side, last year we were replacing the whole offense basically. And we do, like you just said, we do have some playmakers that are coming back on offense.
Absolutely. As we kind of turn the page to this season, and we'll narrow it in a few minutes on tonight's game, but just looking at this season as we turn the page from last year to this year with the players who are on this team, the guys who are gone, the seniors who have graduated off, they've left their legacy behind. But with this football team, obviously, we know this. New leaders are going to have to emerge on this team. You say that every year. There's always players that will step up. Who needs to step up, Jeff, in your opinion, this season? Who are some guys that you expect to step up?
Well, I think definitely just because of the position he plays, the quarterback is the man on your team. And everyone has known this whole summer that Christian Snipes is going to be our quarterback. He's been the leader all summer. He's setting the tone for the guys, and so I really expect him to step up even more in a leadership role this year because he knows what his role is coming into the beginning of this season.
Absolutely. I think about players like AC Walters. AC is a popular player, obviously. He's a highly recruited player here on this football team. AC, when you're around him, he's a laid-back kid. He's a little bit mild-mannered. He's very respectful. He's not your kid that walks into the room and and just kind of owns the room. He's just kind of mild and meek. But when he gets on that field, he goes to another level. I expect AC, even though he's quiet, I expect him to be vocal. I do think he'll lead by example. And, what you get with AC. He's always going to get on that field and give it all he's got. I expect another good season from David Ramirez Ortiz. I know he's going to, he's a name we talk about a lot. I expect him. He's got another year under his belt. With David, a lot of people, they look at him as kind of a scat back. He can bust one open on you. I think that he sometimes is misrepresented as somebody who cannot run between the tackles, or maybe he can't, be the back that pounds it, but he can.
Oh, 100%, Ben. I think you're right on with that because honestly, and this is not a slight at AC, I think David's a tougher runner up the middle than AC is. AC, he doesn't have the body type that AC has. David does not have the body type of AC, but he will stick his nose up the middle and get you 5 or 6 tough yards when it's needed. I agree with you wholeheartedly on that.
Absolutely. And a couple players just for the season that I expect, I wrote down in my notes maybe an underrated player that might kind of rise to the occasion. This first player I'm going to mention, I hate to even call him underrated because he's not underrated. People know how good he is, and he does step up. But I've got 2 players to mention. One player that I expect to really step up and kind of be propelled to the spotlight is Jackson Burton. He's a player that really down the stretch last year we started calling his name a lot more. He is now an upperclassman, and I think you'll see a lot with Jackson. I just feel like he's a player that when this season ends, he's going to make his mark.
Yeah, I agree with that too. And he's one not afraid to be a vocal leader. He will jump around, get in some guys' faces if it's needed, and those kind of things. So I think you're right on that. Jackson, he's going to be playing both ways, middle linebacker and tight end, so he will be counted on for sure.
And nobody's asking Jackson to be William Milner, but I do think Jackson has that same motor, that same personality, and you're right. I think, where you have players in the past like a William Milner that doesn't mind getting in players' faces and really holding players accountable because he's given that kind of effort himself. You know what you're going to get from a kid like Milner on the field, but in the same respect, I really feel like you get the same thing with Jackson. You know what you get with him. He's going to hold people accountable, and he's a name that I really feel like by the end of the season he will have left his mark. My second one, and I'll ask you for one of yours maybe, my second one, underrated maybe, sophomore, I expect at some point this season for Noah Shack to turn a few heads.
Yeah.
He's a great athlete. Very coachable. Again, he's young. He's a sophomore. Who knows how much we'll see him in the first couple of weeks, but as we're just talking big picture through the season right now, Noah Shack is a player that I could see really coming along this season.
Yeah, definitely. Noah, he has the talent where he could step in a backup role behind David at running back or AC even, and it would not be that huge of a drop-off. He does have that kind of talent, no doubt. I think with more experience he's going to get this year, and I do think he'll be on the field more this year. I think you're right. He is definitely going to progress, and I think we're going to see some good things out of Noah this year.
Yeah, is there a player or two that you might kind of have your eye on a little bit as the season unfolds?
Yeah, the two that, honestly, that Coach Summers brought up to me, and I had heard one from last year, but it's our 2 new defensive ends. So Micah Merritt, I'll start off with him. Micah, I heard from the coaches last year, was unstoppable on the practice squad. He was not eligible to play, and so he played on the practice squad all year, and we couldn't stop him. Our offensive line could not stop him from getting in, and so I'm excited to see what he's going to bring. And then also our other defensive end, Jaden McElrath, they are both kind of lean and long. One is 6'4", one is 6'2". They have good reach, and they're going to be on the defensive ends. And Michael is very excited about their athleticism and what they're going to be able to bring to our pass rush. And even if they can't get to the quarterback, getting their hands up and knocking some balls down. So I'm excited to see what those 2 guys are going to bring this year.
Yeah, and I'd say, too, if I had to throw a third one out, Bryson Dabney. You get a sophomore. You'll see him in the backfield at running back a little bit, at D-back. Bryson is a phenomenal athlete, great kid, very intelligent. And so Bryson's another one that I'd like to kind of keep an eye on through the season. And, again, as we get through this season, I think there's a lot of names that maybe we didn't call out last year that are going to be pretty common names during the broadcast. And even in our starting lineup, and I'm going to have you read that offensive starting lineup in a second. A lot of new names on both sides on that starting lineup, particularly on the defensive side this year. Last year was offense. This year it's defense. So why don't you break down that starting lineup for us on the offense, and then we roll to defense.
Okay. So on offense, as we've already talked about, our kind of the 3 weapons of the offense, or the most featured weapons. At quarterback is going to be Christian Snipes. Running back, David Ortiz Ramirez. At wide receivers are going to be A.C. Walters and Bryant Swindle. Tight end, Jackson Burton. Our tackles, which are both new on the offensive line, Jamarcus Leonard and Okevion Suggs. guards, Cam Sutton, who is also new, and then our 2 returners at the other guard, Grady Roberts at center, Connor Foucault, and then H-back Broderick Williams.
Good deal. A lot of names too that we've heard on that side as well.
Yeah, there's definitely more returning starters on offense. There's a little more probably continuity. Guys know their roles. They know what's expected of them this year. So the defense will be a who's who of new names.
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. Roll that defense.
All right, so our defensive starters at nose guard is going to be Okevion Suggs, so he's going to be playing both offensive and defensive line. Defensive ends, which I just talked about, Micah Merritt and Jaden McElrath. The linebackers, Jackson Burton, Broderick Williams, and Mecky Gardner. Mecky's older brother, Darius, played last year at cornerback, so he is continuing the family tradition. On the corners are Bryson Dabney and TJ Merritt. Our safeties are going to be Cooper Milner, that's Williams' younger brother, so the Milners stay on the field this year, and Jordan Sanders. And then at nickelback will be Levi Summers.
Awesome. Levi, young player.
Yeah.
Really good football player. We were actually talking about him before we even came on the air. Levi's a kid that could be successful in any sport he plays. He's a good ball player.
Yeah, he is definitely an athlete. He's going to be able to – he's going to make an impact for the next 4 years on multiple sports for us. And just one more thing on the defense. So we are young. There's 5 sophomores and a freshman. Out of those 11 starters, 6 of them are sophomores or younger. So it's a talented group, but it is a young and inexperienced group.
Yeah, this team tonight, and we'll repeat this in a second, tonight's captains are going to be number 1, A.C. Walters, number 6, Jackson Burton, number 52, Jamarcus Leonard, and number 70, Connor Foucault. So that'll be tonight's captains. I expect all 4 of those guys to be great leaders. Right now, on the field, they're mentioning that tonight's game is sponsored by Mossy Oak Properties. So we want to thank them. And on the field right now is ACA's Director of Strategic Planning, Mr. Greg Lynn. He's with Mr. Jacob Walker, and he's the sales agent with Mossy Oak Properties. Jacob is a 2004 graduate of ACA. He's married to Macy Webster Walker, and they have 3 daughters who are all students at ACA. Ella Ray's in 6th grade, Mary Helen 3rd grade, and Everly is in K5. And Jacob's father, Dale Walker, is the owner and broker of Mossy Oak Properties. His brother Tyler and his sister Cameron are both ACA graduates. So, Jeff, a lot of ACA connection here. So we want to thank for sure tonight's game sponsor, Mossy Oak Properties, as well as Mr. Jacob Walker. After the game tonight, we will have our Mossy Oak Player of the Game. We'll have that right when the game ends. So, and Jeff, as we've talked about last season, we've kind of talked about this season as a whole and kind of what we expect. Just narrowing down just a little bit here. In a second, we'll talk about tonight. Also right now on the field is Mr. Josh Roberts, the ACA head of school. That's what you're seeing right now on the field. He's joined tonight by the honorary team captains. This is the 1974 ACA varsity football team and coaches. That 74 team was ACA's first interscholastic football team. And through their dedication, perseverance, and sacrifice, they laid the foundation for 50 years of ACA football. So we're glad to have them tonight. Down there on the field is head coach Mike Lusk. Some of the team members that are here tonight are Gary Bradley, Jeff Teal, Steve Phillips, Dave Stone, Tommy Thompson, and Greg Thompson. And Greg Thompson became the very first ACA football player to be selected to the Birmingham News first team All-State. And so the ACA football program is what it is today because of these efforts from the 74 team and coaches. So we want to honor them and appreciate them, and that's what you're seeing right now on your screen. Like I said, there with Mr. Josh Roberts, ACA head of school. So we want to thank the 1974 team for paving the way for us. And so they're down there on the field right now. And, Jeff, as we kind of just narrow down a little bit on what we expect tonight, and we'll hit this kind of quick, but I expect Christian Snipes, who you wonderfully noted this, has now made a jersey change to number 17.
Yes, I hate to admit it, I loved that old 44. I loved it when a tight end's coming at you and playing quarterback. But he has made the switch. I know that makes you happy, Ben, that he's got a QB number on now, but he is number 17 this year. That's correct.
He's number 17. He moved away. I think, what was you say? He was 44
last year. That's right.
And so I expect, he's had an entire season to off season now to learn that quarterback spot. Did great last year. I expect him to have a big season. We know we have 7 starters that have returned. Tonight, Jeff, what are your thoughts on the impact? Obviously, we're going to run the ball a lot tonight. What kind of impact do you foresee AC and David in the backfield making on tonight's game?
Well, just a little insight into the game. So I talked to Coach Summers about it this week, and he said every time he has talked to the Escambia coach over the summer, all he talks about is AC and nobody else. So he feels like that their defense may cheat towards AC and that David and Christian may have some opportunities to make some big plays because of all the attention going to AC. Now, with that being said, AC's still going to get the ball even if they've got attention to him. He's one of our playmakers, and all 3 of them, we're going to see a steady diet of those 3 guys on the offense.
And we talked about it for the season, in a whole. Defensive line's new, young, athletic. I'm going to make a prediction tonight. I expect tonight that defensive line to show up game 1. I think they're going to surprise some people. There's a lot of good athletes. You talked about Coach Summers. I think it's worth mentioning new defensive coordinator, Coach Epp.
That's right.
Really excited about him, what he's going to bring to the defense. Been around him a little bit. I can tell you the players love him. He's popular among the student athletes. He is a motivator. He will get fired up. I expect him to be a very aggressive play caller.
Well, and that's one of the things, I think you're right, because one of the things of a young defense that would help, we're going to have to take some chances. We're going to have to put some pressure on the quarterback to maybe take some of the pressure off of our defensive backs. So I think you're right. I think we are going to be aggressive. We're going to send people, try to disrupt, and see what we can do. And you're right about Coach Epperson. He's done a great job. I've heard nothing but good about him. He kind of had a complicated technical defensive system, and he has made adjustments with this young crew to make it simpler for them, easier for them to understand, and those kind of things. And I have heard a lot of really good compliments about Coach Epperson since he's been with us.
Yeah, and Escambia, they're going to come out. They're going to throw a lot of screens. We know that. They're going to be fast. They have a fast running back. One thing about the Gators that's worth mentioning, they have a veteran quarterback. And we saw him pregame as you and I were in the box up here just getting ready and preparing. He looked pretty sharp down there.
Yeah. Big left-handed kid. He's a 3-year starter, and he's just a junior, so he's going to be one more year for them. He is definitely he knows their system, knows what they want to be doing, and so he is definitely one of their main players. I will say, though, he is not necessarily a runner. He wants to stay in the pocket. He wants to pass the ball. And so the running threat may not be as big as we normally see with high school quarterbacks.
Yeah, anytime you take the field with a veteran quarterback, you always like your chances. If I'm the Gators and I take the field with a veteran quarterback, I always feel like I got a chance.
Yeah, definitely.
And so they do bring that to the table. Fast running back, mentioned him. So I expect tonight to be a really good football game. I think we'll be very close. Jeff, for most of the game. I think it'll be an exciting game. We talked about it earlier, man. It feels like football out here. It's game night. And we've got a great crowd here as we're about just over 10 minutes from kickoff. And so that's kind of the pregame for us as we get ready to turn the page to the game itself. I just wrote in a couple notes. I just feel like kind of keys to the game, Jeff. Keys to the game, defense play disciplined against those screens we mentioned. If they're going to throw that many screens, doesn't mean you can't be aggressive. You just got to be disciplined. Know your assignment, play your gap, play your containment, and you'll be fine. So I wrote that down, and I wrote down another key for the game for me, and I'll ask you yours. But we've mentioned Snipes a few times. Letting him throw enough to keep that defense honest.
Yeah, definitely. So I'll start off on offense. That's where you ended. Like we said before, and we're going to say many times this year, our offense is going to be a steady diet of 1, 17, and 21. That's our 3 bell cows. That's who we're going with. But you're right. Bryant Swindle and Jackson Burton both can be dangerous in the pass game, and I think Christian will utilize them. And I think, this year we came out, and in our spring game, Christian had a very good throwing game. He's done very well throwing in the 7-on-7s over the summer, and I really think whereas last year we were throwing maybe a quarter of the time, we could be 40%, throwing this time. We're still going to be a majority running team, but there is definitely a threat with Christian and his arm this year.
Absolutely. We're about 9 minutes from kickoff. Both teams will be coming out in just a second. We'll have the captains coming up at midfield. You can see some of the ACA players, their captains, making their way up to the football helmet right now, and we'll have the national anthem. Before we get to all that really quick, as we did last year, college football pick'em. Yeah. I think it's worth noting, guys, a couple things. Number one, we like to do the teams represented in this booth, which is Tennessee, Go Vols, Alabama, and Auburn. We like to pick those. All three of those teams are kind of coming out playing high school teams.
A little softer competition.
And let's be honest, the lines are not even out yet. So what I did was I picked three pretty good games for us. I also want to mention that last year I did win this pick'em contest.
Randy, I knew that was coming up at some point. Yeah,
I do want to say it's worth mentioning really quick. Clemson, Georgia. I'm going Georgia. All right. Notre Dame, Texas A&M. I'm going Notre Dame. And then Miami against Florida. I'm definitely taking Miami. I believe the Florida coach. I don't know. I think he'll make it through midseason.
Yeah.
All right. That's my picks. Clemson, Georgia. Jeff, who you got?
I'm going to have to go Georgia. You're going to have to convince me they're not going to win. They're still tough. They're strong. I definitely think Georgia in that game.
And Notre Dame, Texas A&M.
Cannot pick Notre Dame. It's going to have to be Texas A&M.
So you're going A&M. Is Jimbo Fisher? Is he still coaching? Right? Jimbo Fisher. Is he gone from A&M now?
I think he's gone.
Is he gone? Okay. Maybe somebody will know. All right. And then Miami against Florida. Who you got?
This one pains me, but I'm going to have to go Miami.
You're going
I don't
Miami.
like picking against the SEC, but it is Florida. So.
All right. So we're the same two of the three. Randy's back here. He's on the phone. He's pretending to be on the phone, so he don't even want to get involved in this. So we'll write that down. We'll see how it goes.
You discouraged him from last year when you whooped us. He don't even want to play this year.
I got really lucky last year, and we'll get the same pick'ems from our third quarter guest as we did as well. Right now we've got the ACA captains. They're lined up, and again, that's number 1 AC Walters. That is number 6. Jackson Burton, number 52, Jamarcus Leonard, and number 70, Connor Foucault. All right, so that's our captains, and I can see the Escambia County captains. They are lining up on the other side of the field. We are just over 6 minutes away from kickoff here at John Mark Stallings Field, and we're game 1 of the season. Looking forward to a great kickoff to that, and there'll be a meeting right here as both captains will make their way to the Faulkner logo, and they'll get a coin flip, and we'll figure out who's going to get the ball first. Again, joining our captains are the honorary captains of our 1974 team, joining right behind them. So any closing thoughts, Jeff, as we kind of get ready to get kickoff here?
You never know. When the lights come on, you never really know what's going to happen, but there is a lot of optimism with this team, with this program. Coach Summers said to me several times over the summer and this week, he likes this team. It's a team that has done everything they've asked him to do this summer. They played a ton of 7-on-7 to help their young defense get some experience, and I just think even though this is a tough opponent, and Coach Summers does not shy away from tough opponents outside of the region, but there's a lot of optimism. I'm expecting good things tonight.
Absolutely. Right now, the White Hats talking with both set of captains. They'll get the call. They'll make the call. We'll let you guys know who has won the toss and what their decision was. And both teams are going to run out, and we're going to play football right here on John Mark Stallings Field. Like I said earlier, I expect there to be a really close game. It's especially the first half. We'll see how that unfolds and turns into the second half. But that's just what I expect for tonight as we have the Alabama Christian Academy Eagles taking on the Escambia County Blue Devils. And a good crowd here tonight, and we're ready to play some football. It looks like the coin flip has been made, and we're going to wait for the White Hat to give that sign. Looks like the Blue Devils have won the toss. They've deferred, and the Eagles have elected to receive. So the Alabama Christian offense is going to take the ball first to kick off this 2024 football season. A lot of excitement around this team, so we're excited about that. The captains are going to jog back to their respective teams before they come out. The Blue Devils, when they come out, they are coached by Vincent Harris. He's the head coach of the Blue Devils. And so they're joining us tonight here. Want to mention, too, a couple players on their team we've heard some good things about. Number 1, Ty Henderson, the running back. Number 8, Jamarian Robinson, the quarterback. So a couple quick players that I'm excited to see play from their team, as we've heard some great things about them. And over to my left is under the inflatable helmet, and I see the smoke coming out of the Ace Eagle helmet, is that football team. They're getting ready to come out here. Cheerleaders are cheering. Football players are there.
Ben, I just wonder what those guys from the 74 team think from what their experience was 50 years ago when, honestly, it was a ragtag bunch. There was only They only had 3 players who had actually played any kind of high school ball before that because Alabama Christian didn't have football.
Right.
And so they had 3 players who had played maybe as a freshman and came new that year. And I just wonder what their thoughts are now looking at the production that ACA football is compared to what they were doing.
Well, they probably take a look at that scoreboard up there, the brand-new board here that's at Faulkner. Pretty nice. Probably didn't have that back in 74, Jeff, I wouldn't think.
No, they didn't. In fact, they played their home games, I believe, at Goodwin Middle School was the spot for their home games back in the day.
So, and also even us producing this broadcast, streaming it on YouTube, and having a production team. On that note, want to give a huge shout-out to Trey Holliday and his team, all that they do to get this set up. Man, I got in here a couple hours before kickoff, and he and his team were already here setting up cameras and setting up our booth, setting up the PA booth, and getting music ready. So, man, just want to give a shout-out to those guys and all that they do to make the production happen. They make it all look good, Jeff, that's for sure.
He's got a great group of students that work with him that do a really good job. He's done a good job teaching them, and I think you're right. I think he probably has a cot up here somewhere in the press box because he's put a lot of hours in before getting this season ready, getting the scoreboard ready for our season.
Well, I came by here yesterday, and he was here. Every time I've been here, I've seen him and his team. So,
yeah.
I want to give those guys a shout-out. We pretty much just kind of show up here in the booth, and they've got all the technical part ready for us and ready. And so right now, here come the ACA Eagles onto the field. Coach Michael Summers. And there's the team running out, taking their spot on the sideline. And next to our right on the field will be the Escambia County Blue Devils. So they're going to take the field next. Right there to our right. They'll come through. Looks like they're still trotting from the locker room. They're coming over. And we will get this game started here tonight. Again, Alabama Christian Academy will take the ball first, as the Blue Devils did win the toss. They opted to defer. And so that offense, Jeff, that we talked about, again, not a lot of new faces, some veterans on that offense now. They're going to get the season kicked off for us.
I'm honestly kind of glad that we are getting the ball first. Our defense gets to sit and watch, and they'll get us off to a good start. I think we're about to have the national anthem.
Yeah, right now we're going to have the national anthem. Looks like maybe the Blue Devils may have missed their cue to come out. They'll come out here in a second. We'll let them kind of navigate some of those things. But we're getting ready. Our team is lined up. Here comes the Blue Devils. They are going to take their spot on the other side of the field, and tonight's prayer is going to be led by ACA's coach, Don Gillum. So right now we're going to pause and step away for a few seconds as we have the national anthem. Also, again, a prayer by tonight's leader of the prayers, ACA's coach, Don Gillum. We'll step away just for a few seconds. All right. That was our national anthem and prayer by Coach Don Gillum to get the season kicked off. And right now we're getting ready. It's finally football time. All the talk, all the offseason, all the training. Jeff, long summer of working out. Really beyond that, but definitely the summer, Jeff. These guys work hard, hitting that weight room and hitting some very hot temps, getting ready for the season. It's finally here.
Yeah, the hours that they put in, no doubt. They really bond during that time. I heard from a lot of former players, as being the 50th anniversary, got to talk to a bunch of them. That time during the summer is probably some of the players' favorite time, and they have put in the hours, and now it's time to go hit somebody else.
It is. I know the coaches are excited of both teams. I see a big chest bump going on the other side of the field over there. A lot of excitement, and we are getting ready to take the field. A few minutes just past the scheduled kickoff time. And so here come the referees, and they are getting ready. Looks like we're going to take the field and get ready to receive. Randy, you got lucky. You missed the pick'ems. You want to get your pick'ems in really quick? Well, I'll tell you what, Jeff, let's get Randy in really quick on this.
Yeah.
Clemson, Georgia. You're going to go Georgia, Notre Dame, Texas A&M.
I'm on the contrary. You're going to go with Texas A&M.
Okay, I'm going to go Notre Dame. Miami against Florida.
Miami.
He's going Miami. All right, I like it. So you guys are one and the same on those picks.
We're the same.
And I'm gonna go. Does Jimbo Fisher even still coach? Is he still at A&M? He got fired. Who's there now? Oh, that's right. Yeah, I'm still picking against them. So I'm gonna pick Notre Dame. I know you guys, especially Jeff. He's never gonna pick Notre Dame.
Nope.
So anyway, they're finally taking the field here. We're gonna get ready to play some ball. Again, we're at John Mark Stallings Field. We have the Alabama Christian Academy Eagles taking on Escambia County Blue Devils, game 1 of the 2024 football season. And so we're going to kick it off here and get this thing started on a beautiful night here at Faulkner campus with a really great crowd.
Looks like we got AC and David deep, which is not, surprising. But they're on the 15-yard line, so they are not expecting this to be a deep kick at all.
Yeah, as you mentioned, AC and David back to receive. Probably going to be a squib here or something even more shallow than that. And the Blue Devils are lining up to kick. And there's the whistle. And just like that, the 2024 football season is underway. That's Ramirez. He's got the ball. He is on the run just past right to the 45-yard line. That'll be where the Eagles begin their drive, 1st and 10, right at about just shy of the 45-yard line. We'll see where they spot it. Great return there for David as the offense takes the field, Jeff. You got a play prediction for us, Jeff. First play of the game, first play of the season. What you got?
21-yard return by David there. So Michael gave me a little insight. First 3 plays will feature 1, 17, and 21. Don't know what order it's going to be in, but first 3 players will be those guys.
That's good insight, Jeff. Having a good conversation with Coach Summers there. It will be a handoff. Looks like a good hole right there as no surprise. Number 21, David Ortiz Ramirez, does pick up the first down. So it'll be first play of the season, first play of the game will go to David, and he'll pick up a great first down there for the Eagles. He was brought down by number 43 for the Blue Devils. So it'll be 1st and 10 right here at about the 43-yard line.
AC in the backfield this time, so I'm expecting maybe give him a little hit.
And right on cue, Jeff, is AC. He rumbles down for a good solid gain there on 1st and 10. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and about 4 for the Eagles. I like this methodical, man, just go right at them, Jeff. Great field position right here.
Yep.
Good opportunity to go here and score.
Let's see if Michael was true to his word. Let's see if 17's up next.
And he is.
Yep.
He is. It looks like he's going to be really close to the first down. Looks like he may mark him just a bit short there. Looks like it'll be 3rd down and short for the Eagles. Very manageable here. Jeff, I I'd guess we're in 4-down territory right here.
I would think so, yeah.
Right here at about the 34-yard line. Definitely going to think 4-down territory here. So they're getting the call from the side. Coach Dawkins down there gets that call in.
I think we may see Christian again. He did a great job moving that pile on short yardage situations last year.
And they're going to put him in shotgun, empty backfield. And they're going to send AC in motion. It looks like Snipes is going to keep it. Good call, Jeff. He's going to pick up the first down. He'll rumble down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Nonetheless, it will be first down and 10 for the Eagles. Great drive going here. Coach Summers, Jeff, right on cue with the insight he gave you when you guys caught up this week. Heavy dose of the same 3-0.
Yeah, and it's really good, too, because AC's only touched it once. And like we said, their coaches are expecting AC to be featured. I wonder if they're wondering now who's going to get it.
So first and 10, Snipes is in the backfield. He sends number 3, Broderick Williams, in motion there. And Snipes is going to pass. Great pass right there to number 2, Bryant Swindle. We talked about it pregame, Jeff, keeping that defense honest. All we need is just those tight passes, keeping that honest. And right there, Bryant Swindle wide open for a first down.
Yeah, that was nice. They were totally sucked in. He just ran a little slant, and he was wide open.
So it's going to be first and 10, spotted right at the 19-yard line. Good methodical drive going right here. Snipes is going to stay in shotgun. He's got, looks like David right behind him in a pistol formation. And Snipes is going to keep it again. He's got a little room to rumble there. Picks up a great block from Bryant Swindle. Excuse me. That was David Ortiz Ramirez also on a great block. So they're going to mark that down, Jeff, down at the 9-yard line, first and goal.
I think they've got him at the 8 for first and goal there.
8-yard line, first and goal.
That's something we might not have seen last year, Ben, but I think that just goes to us talking about Christian is now comfortable in what he's doing. His first read wasn't there because he felt that pressure. He bled out to the left side, picked up a great block by David, picked up 11 yards on the play.
Well, he did what great quarterbacks do. He felt that pressure, and he made a reaction, so that's good stuff. He's going to give the ball right now to David Ortiz Ramirez. He's going to go down to about the 4-yard line. That's going to bring up second and goal for the Eagles. We're 9 minutes left in the first quarter, so already chewing some good clock right here. I don't think it's necessarily by design, Jeff. I think that's just the play. We're going to run the ball, and if it kills the clock in the process, so be it.
That's exactly right. And, again, helps our defense, young defense. If we're not having to be out on the field as much because we're eating clock up, that's just a benefit.
So third down and goal. Snipes is again, he's going to be empty backfield. He's going to send AC in motion. Snipes keeps it again. Picks up about 2 yards. Good defense there by the Blue Devils. Good response there on that read. That's going to bring up a third and goal from about the 2-yard line.
Picks up a gain of 2. Third down and goal from the 2 for the Eagles.
So it is going to be third and goal right here.
I think we're probably 2 down territory unless we just lose yards here because we're definitely obviously in field goal range. But I would think we'll take 2 shots at it from 2 yards out.
There's the snap. And looks like maybe a little confusion right there on the handoff. That's going to be number 1, Ty Henderson with the tackle for the Blue Devils. Going to be a loss of 2 there.
He is sending the kicking team out. I thought if we lost yards, we might kick the field goal here. Looks like that's what we're going to try to do, get points to start the year.
So they'll take the field goal team on. And I agree with you, Jeff. I think getting that was the right call. Getting the field goal on, getting some points, taking the points on a – oh, it's a fake. It is a fake.
Hey.
And that's going to be a touchdown. Great play call.
Christian Snipes was the up back. Took it in.
That'll be 6 for the Eagles. That'll be a great opening drive, great play call. Marching it right down the field. And, Jeff, honestly, it started with a with a kickoff that David Ortiz Ramirez was able to get a good 20-yard return on, I believe, and set up for a really good first opening drive of the season.
Yeah, that was beautiful. We could not have asked for anything better. That was 9.
It's another fake for the extra point, and that's going to be good for 2. So that score will now be Alabama Christian 8 and Escambia County 0. We're 7 minutes left in the first quarter. Great opening drive by the ACA Eagles. And at this time on the on the touchdown break, I want to just remind everybody, October 28th at the Arrowhead Country Club will be ACA's annual golf tournament presented by Sargent Insurance and Financial. So you can go meet great people, eat fantastic food, compete for fun prizes, and support Eagle Athletics. If you want more information on that, you can visit alabamachristian.org/golf. So again, October 28th, that's at Arrowhead Country Club, and that's going to be ACA's annual golf tournament presented by Sargent Insurance. I've played in that a few times. Matter of fact, I've played at least once with Randy here. And Randy, I know you can testify to this, that I'm a pretty solid golfer. So if I can get out there and play golf and have some good time, if you're not a great golfer, come have a good time anyway. So ACA is going to line up. They're going to kick off.
So, Ben, on that 10 plays, 4 minutes, 52 seconds on that drive. So you couldn't ask for a better first drive of the game.
You couldn't. Of the season, setting a tone early.
That's right.
Setting a tone early. And so we are going to kick off here. It looks like, per normal, we're going with a squib that really close. That's going to be recovered by the Blue Devils. Number 2, Javon Brown recovered that. And that's where the Blue Devils will begin their opening drive of the season. They're down right now 8-0. We're 7 minutes and 6 seconds to go here in the first quarter. They're going to start that drive at the 34-yard line.
Those balls take funny bounces on this turf. That's one thing in our 3 seasons. This is our 3rd season being here. We have definitely taken advantage of squib kicks over the 3 years because you just get a bounce that you never know.
That's exactly right. Looking forward to seeing number 8 here, Jamarian Robinson. Again, the veteran quarterback. You see him taking the field right there.
All right, they just put the ball in the 35. It's supposed to be the 34. The ref's now stopping him and say, hey, buddy, you're off a yard. And they just moved the chains, so they just picked up a yard.
Yeah.
As both teams were setting up.
Yeah, setting up and somehow got a yard off by the chains. The white hat looks like he's setting the clock. So we're on. So it's going to be first down and 10 right at about the 35-yard line. That's going to be a handoff to the Blue Devils' number 1, Ty Henderson. Good pickup for him. He's going to rumble down just a couple yards shy of that first down. A few different Eagles in on that tackle, but it looked like number 56, Camden Sutton, led the way on that tackle. So it's going to be second down and 2 for the Blue Devils.
Sorry. And Cam was not in our starters, so I'm a little surprised at that.
We're going to go timeout on the field. Looks like the timeout was called by the Blue Devils. Jeff, I want to revisit that opening drive once again. How crucial is that to kick off that season, kick off tonight's game, not only with just a well-designed drive, a very well-coached, well-put-together drive right there.
Yeah, that was pretty. And really, we didn't even have to mix it up that much. It was 9 runs, 1 pass, but we mixed it up with who touched the ball on the runs. And, yeah, that was a very well-put-together drive.
Well, and Coach Summers was true to his word. He said the first few plays were going to be those 3 guys, that they were. And so, those opening plays like that, often they're typically designed out, scripted out, and good job by the coaches, good job by Coach Summers, Coach Dawkins. So that'll be a snap to the quarterback for the Blue Devils, number 0, Marion Hooks, receive that. And he does pick up the first down.
And the Blue Devils first down.
They're across the 50 on that.
Yeah, that little wrinkle by them, direct snap.
And, there's a flag on the play. Looks like it might be a false start. We'll see what the call is on the field. And that is the call. It will be a false start by the Blue Devils. That will back them up. And, Jeff, by all accounts right now, the Blue Devils off to a good start as well offensively.
Yeah, it's funny because we were expecting that third-year starter really to lean on him, and 2 out of the 3 plays has been a direct snap to somebody not their quarterback. So interesting. Looks like he's back in for this play, though, since it's 1st and 15.
So 1st and 15, the penalty will move them back. Number 8 is in shotgun. He's going to drop back to pass. He's got some pressure on the backside. He's got a sack.
That's my guy, McElrath.
Good call. Good call, Jeff. That's Jaden, number 33, with the sack. Man, good pressure right there. Coach Epp being aggressive with the play call. Man, the defensive line showing some really, really good discipline right there.
Sorry, I think that's McElrath. I heard them just say. I think I was saying it wrong, but McElrath.
So
yeah,
that's
that
going to
was
bring
nice.
it up. Yeah, 2nd down and long.
And just the kind of stuff that Coach Summers was talking about. He was able to run him down coming off the opposite side.
That's the pitch. We get him in the backfield. Number 1, Ty Henderson. He's broken free. We still have him under pursuit. He's finally brought down by McElrath again, number 33. So, again, he's in a couple plays there, Jeff. You called it.
Yeah, he is making an impact already, no doubt about it.
So there's going to be a timeout on the field. I believe we have a heat timeout.
That's right.
We're 5.5 minutes left in the first quarter. Alabama Christian Academy up 8-0 over the Escambia County Blue Devils. Good opening drive for them. Number 1 right there, able to escape some backfield pressure. He did make something out of nothing there. Still going to be 3rd down and long right here at the 50. Jeff, do you believe the Blue Devils may be thinking 2 down or 4 down territory right here? Or do you think you'll see a punt?
I think if they can pick up half of it or better, they may go for it on 4th down just because as we watched in pregame, I think their punt game is very weak. So they're not going to really pick up that much yardage by punting. But if they, don't get anything or lose yards, I do think we'll see a punt.
Yeah, it might be time for one of those screen passes or maybe a draw play. I think that's right, Jeff. We'll see if they try to get something here. You don't have to try to get the whole thing. You just pick up some positive yards right here. But, man, the defense playing very aggressive, very disciplined football right now. We talked about it, a lot of young, new faces out there, but they are athletic. Make no mistake. Those guys know how to play football.
Yeah, that's right. And this is a perfect screen down. You're absolutely right. I wouldn't be surprised to see a screen here.
So there's the snap. They will not call screen. He's going to drop back to pass. He's going to scramble to his left. There's the pass. It's going to fall short. It was intended for number 0, Marion Hooks. So that's going to bring up 4th and long. Interesting play call there, Jeff, on a 3rd and long. It looks like they are going to march the punt team out.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised they tried to go for it all, too, at that point. But, again, good pressure. We flushed him out to his left, so he's throwing. He's left-handed, so that's his strong side. But still, flushed him out, had to make that throw on the run. So it's a tough play for him.
Absolutely. And it looks like number 2, Bryant Swindle, the senior, is going to be back for the punt return.
We felt like we might be able to get to the punter coming into this game. So let's see what kind of pressure we might try to put on.
And there's going to be a timeout on the field. Yeah. That's going to be a Blue Devil timeout. So during this timeout, let me mention to you, if you want to become a member of the Eagle Athletic Club, the Eagle Athletic Club exists to support and provide additional financial resources to create a first-class experience for all the ACA students, families, and the community. So if you want to join the Eagle Athletic Club, you can visit www.alabamachristian.org/EAC. So Eagle Athletic Club, if you have any interest in joining that, consider that. Visit the website. You'll find all the information there. So we're back here on the field. It's going to be 4th and long. They are back to punt. Bryant Swindle's back to receive. He's going to fair catch that wisely. Good call by the senior right there as the Blue Devils had some really good pressure. And then Christian Snipes will lead his team back on the field after a great opening drive. We're just under 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Again, the Eagles up 8-0 over the Escambia County Blue Devils. They've both had a drive apiece here. Early in the first quarter, the Eagles drove down the field with a heavy dose of run to get the touchdown. They're going to begin this drive here on the 22-yard line. And looks like we may have got the Blue Devils offsides. On a hard count, that will be the call. It is encroachment by the defense, so that will be a 5-yard penalty. It'll be 1st down and 5 for the Eagles.
We'll take it any way we can get it.
So definitely a great call there. Now you got a lot to work with. Snipes is going to be in pistol again with David Ortiz Ramirez behind him. Ramirez right up the gut right there. Picks up a few. Looks like it's going to be a gain of about 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and about 2 for the Eagles.
You can still do anything at 2nd and 2. You can take a shot if you want to. You can do a pass because 3rd and 2 is still very manageable.
Well, Jeff, we're only in year 2. We're already thinking alike. I was just getting to ask you, do you take a long shot right here? They do come out in shotgun, empty backfield. And it's a quick pass out to the left. David Ortiz Ramirez was out there. He may have lost a couple yards out there.
Yeah.
So that's going to bring up 3rd down. Looks like in about 4.
Well, he ended up only losing 1.
Okay, excuse me, loss of
forward
1.
Progress, but still.
Pretty good spot right there. Still 3rd and manageable here, Jeff.
Yeah, that wasn't a disaster, but it certainly wasn't what they wanted.
Credit due, good call by the defense over there. Good play by their defensive back out there.
Yeah.
They're going to bring Ramirez in motion. Snipes, he's going to keep. And he rumbles down. It looks like he's got it. He's got the 1st down. It's going to be 1st down. Great carry by Snipes. He ran through some contact right there. They hit him just shy, Jeff, of that 1st down marker.
Ben, he has got a lean to him when he runs. We noticed it last year. Christian is definitely able to move the pile.
If you're going to tackle him, you better go low.
That's right.
So here we go, 1st and 10, right at the 35-yard line for the Eagles. Snipes is in shotgun, and he drops back to pass. Great pass. AC over the middle. AC's got 1st down and more. He rumbles down to about the 45-yard line. Great play call. Great execution by the Eagles. And again, Snipes and the play calling, keeping the defense honest, passing when needed, backing them out of the box. Looks like one of the Blue Devils players may be a little bit shaken up. Number 9 coming out of the pile. He is up. He does look okay. He's going back to line up. It's going to be 1st down and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Yeah, they're sending 9 off. You're right, Ben. Good eye.
So 9 is going to jog off. They're going to replace him. They'll step over the ball to let them make that replacement. Number 9 is Callie McCants.
So that threat of the run, they definitely had to suck up on it. Little play action there. AC coming across the middle. Christian hit him in stride. Great play.
And we're still in the pistol here off to the right. It looks like that's pick up a 4 for David Ortiz Ramirez. And, Jeff, we talked about it. He can be an every down back when he needs to be.
Oh, he's tough. David is tough. He's going to throw his body in there. And he is going to give you everything he's got, no doubt.
And that was number 4, Devin Riley, on the tackle for the Blue Devils. So another good drive going here for the Eagles. We're just over 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. I like this pistol that we're in. It's being very effective. They're going to send number 3 out. And Snipes gets the snap. It's a low snap. They got pressure on him. He's going to be brought down. Looks like he's brought down by number 12, Myro Crenshaw. So low snap over to Snipes. That's going to be a loss of a few there.
All the way back to midfield.
Yeah, they're going to mark it down at about the 50-yard line. We're just under 2 minutes to go here at John Mark Stallings Field. Alabama Christian Academy 8, Escambia County Blue Devils at 0. That's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Eagles. Snipes comes out in shotgun. He's got number 3, Broderick Williams, out with him. They're going to look over to the side. They're going to get the call from Coach Dawkins. And they're going to send Ortiz Ramirez in motion, and they're going to call timeout. So timeout, Eagles down on the field, just over a minute to go in the first quarter. So I want to again remind you, if you want to become a member of the Eagle Athletic Club, you can visit www.alabamachristian.org/EAC. The Eagle Club exists to support and provide additional financial resources to create a first-class experience for ACA students, families, and the community. So, again, if you're interested in that, visit that site. We've got a great game going here at John Mark Stallings Field. We're 8-0 Eagles. And, Jeff, that drive got stalled out just a little bit. It's 3rd and long. I think it's same principle, Jeff. If you can pick up a handful of yards here, you may be in 4-down territory.
Yeah, I think if we can get half of it, maybe even 10 yards, we've got the lead, so we don't have to gamble quite as much. But, yeah, I can totally see us getting 10 on this one and going for it.
There was a low snap back to Snipes, and that's where they lost some yards. He tried to make something out of it. A little miscommunication there. So they're going to take off back to the field here right at the 50-yard line. Will be the Eagles. Again, it is 3rd and long. Let's see what the play call has been. We've been talking about the play calling has been fantastic. Heavy dose of run. We've seen a lot of formations. We've seen pistol. We've seen empty backfield. Some great play calling by our ACA coaches down there on the field.
Swindle is one-on-one on the far side. That's a good matchup.
They're going to send David Ortiz Ramirez in motion again. They're going to get it out to AC. AC does catch it just across the 50. He is brought down by a few different Blue Devils, one of which was number 3, Bull Bolar.
Got a late flag.
We have a late flag down on the field. We'll wait and see how that – it's going to be a personal foul against the Blue Devils. So that will keep the drive alive for the Eagles. AC caught a pass. He crossed the 50 and was brought down by a few different Blue Devils, one of which was number 3, Bull Bolar. But the personal foul is going to keep the drive alive. It'll be a 15-yard penalty, and they'll mark it down right at about the 32-yard line, where the Eagles will again take over 1st and 10 with a brand-new drive, Jeff. Hey, you'll take it any way you can get it at this point.
That is a backbreaker for Escambia, though. I mean, you finally stop us. We roll right down the field and, drive number 1. They've got us right where they want us, and to have a silly foul like that to keep us going, that hurts.
They send AC in motion. They're going to give it to Ramirez. Ramirez thought he had the edge. And number 3, again, Bull Bolar. Really good pursuit. Makes a great tackle out there on David Ortiz Ramirez. There is an injury on the field for the Blue Devils. We'll pause just a second to make sure he's okay, and looks like the trainers are out there to help him up.
Yeah, the last 2, 3, 4 plays, Escambia has definitely turned up the heat. They're sending people, trying to make things happen. They're athletic, so they figure we're going to go make some individual plays, and they've stopped us a couple of times. Now, had the silly foul, but they have stopped us a couple of times.
So really good position for the Eagles. Another great scoring opportunity right here, Jeff. Really, as the first quarter is getting ready to close out. Jeff, I think if you could ask these coaches, hey, at the end of the first quarter, this is the situation you'll be in, this will be the score, I think they take that for sure.
Oh, no doubt about it. And if we just play our game right here, we should be able to pick this up in 2 plays.
So they'll bring number 3, Williams, again in motion. They'll do a hard count. The Blue Devils don't bite on it.
I think they're going to let the quarter run out.
And they will. That'll be the end of the first quarter here at John Mark Stallings Field. In the first quarter, your score, Alabama Christian Academy 8 and the Escambia County Blue Devils 0. We'll step away just for a minute as we get ready to kick off the second quarter. All right, we're back here at John Mark Stallings Field where they're going to swap sides to start off the second quarter. It'll be Eagle football, second down, and
about 13
to go. So very doable, very manageable. Snipes is going to pass the ball. And just behind the intended receiver, which was number 6, Jackson Burton. A great play call coming out of the quarter break. Just off target just a little bit.
Yeah, they had him. That was a nice shot. We hadn't done anything down the middle yet like that. That was a nice time for that. We just missed him.
So that's going to bring up third down for the Eagles. It's going to be third and long. They do have AC out there one-on-one. They've got Ortiz Ramirez in the backfield alongside Snipes. Snipes does look to pass it. It's going to be an interception. Blue Devils do intercept it. They're bringing it back across the 50-yard line. That looks like number 10, Jalen Taylor. Or maybe it was number 0, Marion Hooks, with the interception. Nonetheless, a pick for the Blue Devils. They're across the 50. AC was one-on-one out there, Jeff, just a little bit off target, and the Blue Devil defender was in the right place.
Yeah, we had it. It had been a good throw, definitely, but he was open. But, yeah, it was way behind him, and the guy was just standing there waiting for it to hit him in the numbers.
That's going to be a handoff of the Blue Devils. He bounces to the right. He is just shy of the 45-yard line. Gain of about 2. Looks like he's tackled by number 34 for the Eagles, Micah Merritt. So that will bring up second down for the Blue Devils. They are just shy of the 45-yard line.
And T.J. Merritt did a good job that time, number 4 on the corner. Their jobs are to turn everything back inside, and he did, and then the defensive ends were able to clean it up.
So second down here for the Blue Devils. We're a few minutes into the second quarter here at John Mark Stallings Field. And there's going to be a flag on the play.
Illegal procedures applied against the Blue Devils.
It's going to be a false start. bring up. That'll push him back.
Second and 12 at the 50.
It's going to be second down and 12. And moving it back to where Randy called it should be, back about the 50-yard line.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Quarterback takes the snap. He's in shotgun. He's going to hand it off to number 1, Ty Henderson. He is going to get down close to the original line of scrimmage. He's tackled by number 34, Micah Merritt. And also number 11, Levi Summers in on the tackle.
All right, 3rd and long. It's time for us to get off the field. A little confusion on our D-line.
There's the snap. 8's going to pass the ball. He's got a man out there, just overthrown. Just barely overthrown out there. He had him. He would have streaked into the end zone.
Yeah,
I like the play call there.
He was about 3 steps ahead of our defensive back there. They definitely caught us by surprise. Had a little confusion on the front, so we had no pressure at all, and he took his shot. It just a little long.
So that's going to bring up 4th down for the Blue Devils.
Well, decision time for them.
Decision time, kind of in no man's land here. Looks like they're going to come out and go for it. I see the quarterback.
Looks like it.
Jamarian Robinson out there.
And we're going to call time.
And we're going to call timeout. Interesting decision right here. We'll see if the Blue Devils come back out thinking maybe wouldn't surprise me, Jeff, if they came back out showing punt.
Yeah, me either. I thought that was a smart timeout by us. This is a big play. We're up 8-0. If we can stop them and go score one more time, at least before half, maybe even 2, that's huge. And so he wanted to make sure, Coach Epp wanted to make sure we were in the right look and everybody knows what their assignment is. I thought that was a good timeout.
So the timeout's over. Eagles taking the field again. Here come the Blue Devils. 4th down and a chunk here. We'll see if they come out ready to pass or run a play. It does look like they are going to go for it or at least try a hard count here. Number 8 is in shotgun. He sends a back out motion. He does drop back to pass. They're going to run the same play, overshoots them just a bit. He did have them, and that's an incomplete pass. There's a flag in the backfield. My eyes were down the field. There's a
roughing the passer.
Roughing the passer call. And, guys, I was looking where the ball was going, so I missed that completely. There is a roughing the passer call, and that's going to give them a 1st down. I'm not sure who it was on. Our coaches, Jeff, they don't seem I don't see anybody upset or anything like that. I don't see Coach Summers having any powwows down there, so not sure what happened there.
Yeah, I was following the ball too. I missed it, but you're right, no arguing. So we evened it up. They gave us one on a personal foul. We just gave it back to them. So now defense has got to respond.
So 1st and 10 for the Blue Devils, and they're going to run the ball right up the gut. Looks like he is close to a 1st down, depending on the spot. Good call right there by the Blue Devils. That was number 1, Tay Henderson. And they do move the stick, so it will be a 1st down for the Blue Devils. They are on the move here. Looks like they were going to try to go a little bit of a tempo right there, Jeff, and I think we may have jumped.
No.
Oh, they moved. False start on the Blue Devils. Look, they were trying to go in tempo. The chains were being moved. It looked a little bit clunky there for a second. So Not sure 100% what happened there, but there is a flag, there is a false start, and we'll back them up 5 yards.
Maybe that'll help us a little bit. We are a little bit disoriented right now, this defense is, so we need to hunker down.
We do look a little bit tired here. So there's the snap, and he's going to hand the ball off again. And they're going to rumble down to about the 6-yard line where he's pushed out of bounds. Levi Summers was in on that tackle, and again, that was number 1, Tay Henderson. And, Jeff, I like this Henderson kid. He's a good back.
Yeah, Coach Summers had a lot of good things to say about him for sure. And if you notice, no containment by our cornerback that time, and that made all the difference in the world.
Yeah, not on that time. It looks like we have another false start as they again were trying to go tempo. So that is going to back them up 5 yards. And there's the call on the field, and that's twice they've kind of tried to go tempo on us and just kind of didn't execute it out very well.
Yeah, they are not very smooth right now. I thought the ball was on the 5. Maybe I'm mistaken because it's only on the 8 right now. They must have made it all the way down to the 3.
So there's the snap. Gives it to number 1 again. He picks up a good few yards there right across the 5-yard line. He's brought down by a few different Eagles. Looks like, again, number 34, Micah Merritt, was one of the tacklers. Looks like about a gain of 3 yards. It's going to be 2nd and goal for the Blue Devils. Great pursuit by the Eagles right there. Levi Summers in on the tackle. The freshman, Levi Summers, making some plays tonight.
We talked about that pressure, Ben, in the pregame, and that was one of the times we chose to come. Levi coming in on that blitz, perfect timing.
And we talked about it too. Coach Epp going to be aggressive, and he is. He's showing his aggression for
That's
sure.
Right.
Good job by the Eagle defense right there. It's going to be 3rd down and goal. And I think we got some more movement. There's a flag down.
They called it on us that time.
Okay, this time they got us on offsides. So we will give them 5 yards back as we just kind of trade yardage here back and forth a little bit on this drive. We are just under 8 minutes to go in the first half. Our score is still Alabama Christian 8 and Escambia County 0. It's going to be 3rd down and goal right at the 4-yard line.
I think they are definitely in 2-down territory at this point.
I think so too. Great pursuit again by the Eagles. They are all over that play call. They try to go right up the middle, and there were 3 or 4 Eagles in there on the play.
Jackson Burton, one of the first ones
Jackson
in.
Burton's fired up down there.
Number 6, Jackson Burton. Number 11, Levi Summers. Brings up a 4th down and goal.
Jackson Burton, the junior, one of the players we talked about we felt would really step up this season. And it is 4th down.
Yeah, they're going, looks like.
And it does look like they're going to go for it here with just under 7 minutes to go in the first half. There is a pass over the middle, falls incomplete.
Yep.
And the Eagles are going to take over on downs. And again, Jackson Burton, Jeff, he's fired up down there. He's pumping his fist and pounding that chest. They read it again.
A big answer by our defense, big answer. And we talked about Jackson. He's going to be emotional. He's going to be vocal. He's going to get them fired up. And he definitely played that part the last 2 plays.
It's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Eagles right around the 4-yard line. Jeff, I think you got to be careful right here. You got to lead. You're playing good ball. Do you keep your play calling as it's been, or you get a hair conservative with your back in your own end zone?
Well, luckily we're a running team, so I totally expect to see a little read option here. We're going to hand it to David, or Christian's going to keep it and try to get us 4 or 5 here on 1st down. And as soon as I say that, it's an empty backfield.
Right. And Snipes does keep. It's a safe call right there. Give him some room. Looks like he may have lost about a yard. picked up a yard.
Coach Snipes on the carry, picks up again a 1 for the Eagles. The second down and 9 at the 5-yard
It's
line.
going to be second down and about 9 for the Eagles. I think you're going to see probably, Jeff, something very similar, just playing it safe here.
Yeah, I think so too. The field position's causing it because Escambia is really starting to crowd the line now. We're going to have to throw before this thing's over with, but maybe your own 5-yard line's not the place.
So there's a snap. They do a quick little pass out there to the left. That's going to be David Ortiz Ramirez. Looks like it'll be no gain on the play. That'll bring up third down for the Eagles.
Number 21, David Ortiz. Ball down by number 3, Bull.
The tackle made by number 3, Bolar.
Called his name a few times tonight.
Absolutely. And we have, looks like a timeout on the field.
Yep.
Looks like it'll be a heat timeout. So we're third down here for the Eagles. We're right at about the 5-yard line. Jeff, I think you see something similar right here. I don't foresee them rolling much dice right here, but you never know. We've been known to do that before.
Well, that's true. I would expect them to be pretty conservative here. The bad thing is, like I mentioned a couple of plays ago, they are really crowding the line. You're basically, I think if we run it here up the middle, we're setting up for the punt, and we have to decide whether we're okay with that, or if we want to go for it. Up 8-0, we've got a little bit of cushion that we can play with. So I expect them to stay conservative.
Absolutely. And our second quarter here is going to be sponsored by Blue Ox Outfielders. So we want to thank them for sponsoring here the second quarter. Again, that's Blue Ox Outfielders. So we want to thank them for being our second quarter sponsor. And the Blue Devils have retaken the field as we're nearing the first half of a game. Jeff, we talked about it. We felt like it'd be a close game, and it definitely has been. It's been a really good football game. A lot of just jabbing back and forth. You can't ask for much more for opening night.
Yeah, it's been a very competitive, fun ball game. I honestly expected there to be a little more scoring. I thought it would be close, but more scoring on both sides. I've really been impressed with our defense. We knew they were young and inexperienced and didn't know how they'd hold up, and so far so good.
I'm with you. I expected a close game, thought it'd be more high scoring. It may turn out to be, but right now we got a defensive battle, and we're empty backfield, and we're going to take a shot down the field. I love it. That ball sailed right out of bounds, and so they had number 1 AC Walters streaking down the sideline right there, well covered by the Blue Devils. Looks like number 11 for the Blue Devils, Ronald Jackson III, was out there in coverage. That ball will fall incomplete. It'll bring up fourth down for the Eagles. So we'll punt out of our end zone right here. The returner for the Blue Devils is set up around the 35-yard line. That looks like number 0, Marion Hooks, to receive. And, Jeff, unless there's some type of disaster right here for the Blue Devils, they're going to get pretty good field position. And Blue Devils are going to call timeout.
That was their last of the half.
It looks like we were one player short. We were jogging somebody on. And the Blue Devils help us out by calling timeout.
Yeah, that throw on third down was going to have to be perfect. AC had 3 defenders in the area, and we talked about that pregame. They are keying on AC. So a play like that where you got to go for it, you better believe AC's getting some attention.
Yeah, that's a good thought. They saw AC coming out. Their coaches recognized it, kind of smelt fishy to them probably, and they called a timeout. And that'll be their last timeout, I believe, of the first half. Is that right, Jeff?
That is correct. That's their third.
So that'll be their last one. 5.5 minutes to go. Boy, you'd like to have one maybe down the stretch, but you can't take them to the second half with you. So
that's right. I know game situation is different, but AC was booming them further than this kick returner is giving him credit for right now during warm-up. So
yeah,
I'd love to see him get one over his head and get a roll.
We were watching from the booth, AC warming up pregame, and he was absolutely booting the football. Their returner is lined up. That's number 0.
We don't have anywhere near 11 players on the field.
That's number 0, Hooks, lined up. We're running
We have
somebody
9
on.
players
We have
on the
9
field.
players. Here comes one of our players. 63's coming on. That's Grady Roberts running on. There's no play clock running. Now,
And
guys,
here comes number 11.
Is this by design? I think it is. Now we're lined up ready. AC's got a high snap. He is going to punt it. It is a good punt. Gets a good roll. It's going to trickle down right to about the 46-yard line. So good punt. I felt like that may have been by design. They were kind of holding him back for a second. I don't know if they were trying to.
It was so discombobulated, I couldn't tell. They did a tremendous acting job if that was by design.
Yeah,
sure.
I mean, it just seemed like one went on and the other was waiting there, and then they sent him on. I don't know. I see Coach Kiss is down there talking to a couple of the players, and so not sure exactly what happened right there. But the Blue Devils are going to take over first down and 10 right at about 5 minutes to go in the first half.
With that roll, that was a 48-yard punt by AC.
48-yard punt. That's a good one.
Yeah, you'll take that anytime.
So Blue Devils first down and 10, about the 47-yard line.
Little confusion on our part.
They're going to pass out to the left. He's got a little room to run out there. Looks like that pass was complete. It's on the far side of the field. Looks like that pass was complete to Jordan Sanders. There is a flag down the play. It's going to be against the Blue Devils.
I didn't catch the call, but it is. They are walking back.
I believe they got a hold out there on the sideline. So they're going to mark them back.
So 1st and 17, it looks like.
That brings up a first down to 18 for the Blue Devils at the 39-yard line.
James believes it's 18 next door to us. We'll have to talk about that later. He's probably right.
That's our PA guy in the booth next door. And there's another flag. Looks like it's going to be a false start on the Blue Devils.
Another flag on the play.
And that is the call. It's going to back them up. Jackson Burton looking to the crowd, looking to the student section, getting them fired up a little bit.
After the penalty, makes a first down at 23 at the 34-yard line.
Escambia really hurting themselves with their penalties tonight.
They are. And another flag is down.
Another.
And that is also going to be false start. So they're going to back them up again. The first down marker is down across the 50 at about the 43-yard line. And right now, the line of scrimmage, what you got there, Jeff? 29-yard line?
Yeah, 29. It is first in Wetumpka right now.
It is a long way to go. And I can tell you the Blue Devil coaches are not very happy right now. It is first down and 33. And they're going to hand the ball off up the middle. Number 11, Levi Summers, one of the ones in on the tackle. And that'll be second down and very long for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, they only picked up 2 on the play, so good run defense there. I'd love to stop them here and get one more shot to get points before halftime.
Yeah, I agree with that, Jeff. Going in with a couple touchdown lead, even a field goal would be nice.
Yeah, especially because they get the ball first in the second half.
So Blue Devils line up. It'll be number 8, Jamarian Robinson. He's going to send a player in motion back across. They almost jumped again. It looks like the receiver. It looks like a receiver moved early. There is no flag. The quarterback gets rid of it. He just throws it away. It was not intentional grounding. He was pursued by number 3, Broderick Williams. So he had some pressure on him.
Yeah, Coach Summers felt good about their pass rush coming in, and we have put some pressure on that quarterback for sure. They don't have any timeouts left either, so, of course, the play clock's not running yet. So they look like a little confusion on Escambia's side.
It's going to be 3rd down and about 26 yards. Not a lot in the playbook for such a play. I would expect a screen pass, a draw play, maybe a hard count. Not sure what you do right here in 3rd and long.
They may take that shot again, but we do have 2 safeties deep, so we're playing against
we're prepared.
that.
Yep, and they are going to. And where's another flag? It looks like
It's calling that same receiver
it's
again.
the same receiver. He is moving early, and that is the call. It's a false start.
Illegal procedure once again. The call for against the Blue Devils.
James rubbing a little salt in the wound as he said, once again, illegal procedure. Attaboy.
So we're looking at 3rd and very long. They're down at the 26-yard line. It's 8-0 here at John Mark Stallings Field. We're just under 4 minutes to go in the first half. And this drive, Jeff, has kind of lulled everybody to sleep out here.
Yeah, it has been very disjointed. We'll see if we can hold them one more time.
And we're going to sack them. And there's a fumble. That ball came loose on the sack. I don't know who recovered that.
White hat threw his beanie, so they're calling fumble. You're right.
Yeah, there is a fumble out there. And I think the Blue Devils did recover it, but that was a great sack by 2 or 3. It brings them down to about the 14-yard line. It looks like 33 is one of the players. Jaden McElrath was one of them. And number 34, Micah Merritt. Both great pursuits. Showing some aggression out there. They're back to punt. We're going to come after it.
Yeah, we got 4th and 43.
And he gets it off.
He may not even make his
We've
first down
got
marker.
Bryant Swindle down there. It trinkles down to about the 43, which was the first down marker. So they do get a pretty good punt off, a pretty good roll right there. We're just over 3 minutes to go in the first half. Jeff, that was an interesting drive.
Yeah, Ben, there were 4 penalties against Escambia. We sacked them one time, and they had an incomplete pass. So, yeah, it was a little crazy. We got 3:06, though, plenty of time to put some points on the board here.
Great field position to be 1st and 10 right here for the Eagles. Snipes is back in shotgun. He does send AC in motion. He flips it over to AC. Pickup of a couple for AC. Looks like a couple different players on the tackle. Number 33, Tristan Young. So that's going to be 2nd down and about 7 for the Eagles. Snipes is going to have 3 receivers to his right. He also has in the backfield to his right AC Walters. Excuse me, that was number 3.
There.
That was a great counter, good pickup, just shy of the first down marker. Certainly in 4 down territory here. 2.5 minutes to go in the first half. You're looking at 3rd and 3 right here, Jeff, at about the 50-yard line.
Yeah, he got a nice lead block from his H-back coming on that counter play, just followed him through the hole. That was a nice call. Yeah, I definitely think we're going to be aggressive here. We're going to try to score before this half's over.
And there's a snap to Christian. He's going to give it to David Ortiz Ramirez. Good pursuit by number 4 for the Blue Devils. That looks like number 4, Devin Riley, down there on the tackle. It's going to be 4th down and a few. It looks like we will march out the punt team. Yeah, good opportunity for a fake.
Yeah, I'm sure they're on high alert for it, but yeah.
It looks like number 1, AC Walters, is back again. And I tell you, every time AC's back there to punt, everybody kind of raises a flag.
They're playing pretty safe. They're not even.
They don't even have anybody back there. Yeah, he's going to punt it away. He's got a good punt right here too. It's going to take a bad bounce, and it'll be down at about the 19-yard line. So the Blue Devils will take over here, first down and 10, just over a minute to go in the half. And, Jeff, if I'm the Blue Devils coach, I tend to be probably an aggressive philosophy of ball. But, man, my team hasn't played great. I think we're better than we've played if I'm him. A lot of penalties. I'll probably just get out of this and take to the locker room.
That's probably what I would do, too, especially he has no timeouts. And honestly, they're lucky to only be down 8-0 as undisciplined as they've been
very much
here
so
in the first half. So,
yeah.
But you never know. High school football, you can strike quickly, so he may take a deep shot here.
You can. Maybe he may
like
take
he's
a
spread
shot.
Out.
Yeah, he has got them spread out here. Looks like they may come out in the pistol. Number 8, their quarterback, Jamarian Robinson. Been impressed with him. Also, number 1, Ty Henderson, the running back. Some really good football players down there. Maybe they take one long shot and then just kind of sit on it if they don't make it. But here we go. He is going to be in the pistol, and it's a false start.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a false start. And that's on the far side over there. There was movement. That's going to back them up 5 yards. Jeff, I know when we flip to the second half, you'll have some stats for us. A lot of penalties so far in the first half for the Blue Devils.
Yeah, it's been crazy. I can think of about 7 right off the top of my head. I'll count them up at halftime, but, yeah, it's been nuts.
And there is another – there isn't another false start.
And as Sonny and Cher once said, the beat goes on. They continue.
I'm looking over. I don't see a whole lot of – I can't tell what their coaches what their response is right now. But I tell you what, at this point, I might just take a knee.
Yeah, it's getting bad.
Is it the same couple players, or is it coming from everybody? Couple different players.
The receivers seem to be very out of sync of where they're supposed to be lined up and when they're taking off.
So here we go. It looks like they almost moved again. And they've got some room out here to the right. He's still going. He's at the 50-yard line. He's across the 45, rumbles down to about the 36-yard line. There's about 47 seconds left. They're out of timeouts. And I'm not sure what happened there, guys. He just kind of found a hole and got to the edge, and he was off.
Well, he found a seam, and, again, we did not turn him in. He got that seam and got outside and just went up the sideline.
It looks like his helmet came off, so he will leave the field.
Probably a lucky break for us.
And the clock is going. They're running 3 guys on. We're at about 35 seconds on the clock.
But they can't stop it. So
they can't stop it unless they spike it. There's some confusion on their end. We're about 27 seconds. And there's some confusion on our end. They're going to pitch it to the left. He's got a little room out there. He's still going. He's going to score. That's going to be a touchdown for the Blue Devils. I don't see any flags down. Number 1 came off the field. There was confusion as the Blue Devils ran some guys on, and the Eagles also had some confusion. Number 9 on the touchdown, Callie McCants. Callie McCants on the touchdown. And those were a couple big busts, Jeff, by the defense there, as it looks like they're going to go for 2 here to see if they can tie us up. Good pursuit by the Eagles. We got that way in the backfield. We're all over that one. It's going to be 8-6 right here. Jackson Burton fired up down there. 8-6 Eagles over Escambia County Blue Devils were 14 seconds to go. Jeff, I don't know that was a part of their plan. I think the big long run was just a conservative run call. They just busted it open.
Well, he's got enough athleticism that we've got to stay with him, and you're right. They busted that, and then we were very unorganized going into that next play, and the guy got outside on us again. I don't know if you remember, but last year we had a problem giving up scores late in the first half. It happened to us 4 or 5 times last year, and I hope that is not a trend that's going to start again this year.
I do remember that. And so 14 seconds to go in the first half. We're going to get the ball. Jeff, I would assume we'll just get out of here, get to halftime.
Yeah.
It's been a great half of football from a football perspective watching the game, but, man, a lot of flags and some big busts. You would expect some of that, Jeff, game one of the season. You're still working through some things, some alignments, some, different formations, different as you're running off and on the field. We've seen both teams have to run guys on late, take guys off, have to call timeout, and you would expect some of that game one.
Yeah, definitely. The intensity and the competition has been there. Some of the execution has lacked a little for sure.
Absolutely. Both teams playing with a lot of heart, a lot of passion, a lot of good football players out there. There's the kick. We're going to receive it just across the 30-yard line right here. He's got some room outside, and he's going to be tackled at about the 40-yard line. It looked like that was Ethan Dabney out there on that return. So good job by Ethan Dabney finding some room out there in the corner. He gets down to about the 40-yard line. It'll be 1st and 10 Eagles with about 5 seconds to go in the first half. And I believe we would just get out of this, take this to halftime with a really good football game. Looks like that will be possibly the case. I see the coach is getting ready to.
Yeah, I would think.
Yeah, they are they're in victory formation right here.
Well.
And now they audible out of that. And there you go. They'll hand off at the middle. There'll be a tackle there right at the line of scrimmage by a host of Blue Devils. And the half will go to 0 here at John Mark Stallings Field, where the Alabama Christian Academy Eagles is up 8-6 over Escambia County Blue Devils. That'll be the end of a good football half. Jeff, we're going to take a break here at halftime. Any thoughts as we head off into halftime?
Well, still impressed with what the young defense has done. Wish we had not given up that score late. That hurt us a little bit, but the defense has been good. Their defense is starting to figure out what we're doing a little bit. We're going to have to make some offensive changes, I believe, at halftime.
I think so, too. And, again, our score, Alabama Christian 8, Escambia County 6. That's the end of the first half. We will be back with the second half in 20 minutes. All right, welcome back to John Mark Stallings Field. It's Alabama Christian Academy 8 and the Escambia County Blue Devils 6 as we get ready to kick off the second half here. Good football game the first half. We expect the same in the second half. As we did last year, we're always joined in the booth in the third quarter by a guest. Tonight, we welcome Mr. Jacob Walker to the booth. He is in his company, the Mossy Oak Properties. That's tonight's game sponsor. And so we had him up and wanted to say thank you guys for sponsoring tonight.
Absolutely.
And all that you guys are going on. Tell us a little bit about what you guys have going on right now.
Yeah, glad to be here. I'm with Mossy Oak Properties. We sell primarily land, whether it's commercial land or hunting land or really any kind of properties. And glad to be here tonight.
Awesome. I just connected Tyler Walker.
That's right. Yeah.
You made that reference, and I just lined those things up, so we're not going to hold that against you.
Yeah, okay.
I know
All
Tyler's probably not watching this right now, but maybe he can go back and watch it later.
I'll pick on him a little bit. Yeah. Let's talk bad about him a little bit.
Well, thanks for sponsoring tonight. Thanks for hopping in the booth for a few minutes. I know that you guys have had a lot of responsibilities tonight. Y'all have been moved around and different things. I'm not sure how much of the game you've been able to watch, but the game that you have been able to watch tonight, give me your thoughts on it. Good football game down there.
It is a good football game. You're right, and we've been kind of moving around, so hadn't been able to watch as much, but certainly a good game. You're right. It
is, and we've been talking about the ACA team. On offense, they have several players back. On defense, we're going to start the second half off here with an onside kick. Almost got it. The Blue Devils do recover, and they're out of bounds around the 25-yard line. That's going to be number 20, Damian Jenkins, on the return. I like the play call there coming out of half with the onside kick, and we were right there getting ready to take it. And sometimes, Jeff mentioned it earlier, on this turf, that ball just bounces unusual ways sometimes. So, but, yeah, it's been a great football game. A lot of new defensive players out there for ACA. And so, yeah, we're excited about that. And all you guys have going on, I know that you guys you are an ACA graduate yourself.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your experience at ACA. I believe you're a class of 2004. Is that right?
2004. Graduated in 2004. Met my wife here. I always say that my wife fell in love with me here. No, but she we went to school here. I went to school since the first grade, and I think my wife came in the third grade. So, a lot of fun experiences here.
Absolutely. So I know the school was changed a lot. We were talking about earlier when they were honoring the team down there from the 74 team. A lot's changed in 74 for sure, and I know a lot has probably changed since you've been here. So even like this scoreboard we have up here, and just the broadcast, a lot has just changed in the last few years. I wrote down in my notes, what's one of your best memories here at ACA as alumni?
Ooh, I don't know if I can share all of them.
On the journey you had here, what's maybe one of your favorite memories?
Oh, man. I think I would say the friendships made. Just there's so many good relationships. And now it's kind of funny to kind of go back and my wife and I have got 3 kids here. And so just to kind of watch them grow, but kind of like you said, a lot of things have changed, but I think they've changed for the better. I think ACA was a good school when we were here, but is really a better school than it's ever been right now. So we're super pleased with kind of where we are with ACA and in the past and the present. So.
Well, and I was going to say, you've experienced from both sides.
Yeah.
You've been a student here. Now you got 3 kids here, and so now you're one of those Eagle dads. And, I have 2 here myself, and it's a definitely different experience as the Blue Devils make a pass out to the left to number 1. That's Tay Henderson out there. It looks like he tried to rumble around a little bit, just short maybe of that first down. And then we do have a player down for the Blue Devils. So, again, we're joined here in the booth. It looks like
– I think the fumble.
There was a fumble.
And when he fumbled it, they lost the first down.
Yeah, there was a fumble out there on the play. Once again, we're joined by Mr. Jacob Walker. He's tonight the sponsor of the game, he and Mossy Oak Properties, and he was able to share with us a little bit about what they're able to do. And we won't keep you long. We'll get you out of here on this. We have a tradition we always in our pregame show, we talk about 3 football games, and the 3 of us pick who we think might win or cover the spread. I think it's worth noting that last year I won by a landslide.
Oh.
So I'm going to keep throwing that out until I'm dethroned. But we've got 3 games to throw at you here. All right, and so
all right,
Jacob,
I haven't been paying attention as much as I should have, but go ahead.
That's
we'll see
even
what
better. That paves the way for me to win again.
Okay,
all right,
good.
So real quick, Clemson, Georgia. You got a winner for us on that?
Georgia.
Yeah, I think so too. This is one that I disagree with them on. Notre Dame, Texas A&M.
Ooh.
That's a tough one.
We'll stick with that. We'll stick with
Okay.
SEC A&M.
Okay, he's going to go A&M. I went Notre Dame. There's a pass out to the left by Snipes. The receiver brought down, maybe a loss of a yard on the play. If it tells you anything, Texas A&M, I thought Jimbo Fisher was still there. So, that shows you how much I pay attention to them. The last game is Miami versus Florida.
We'll go with Florida. We'll
Gonna
just
go with
keep it
Florida.
SEC.
Okay, I went Miami. You're going with the all SEC lineup there again. And again, that's Mr. Jacob Walker. He and Mossy Oak Property sponsoring tonight's game. So thanks for hopping up here with a few minutes. I know you guys are busy, so thanks again for joining us here tonight.
Thank y'all for having me.
Appreciate it.
All righty.
We're going to go back to the field here at John Mark Stallings Field. It's Alabama Christian 8, and the Escambia County Blue Devils will have 6. So that was Mr. Jacob Walker. We appreciate him coming into the booth with us for a few minutes and spending some time with us tonight. Tonight's sponsor of the game. We're going to have Alabama Christian ball second down, and about 13. We are a few minutes in here to the second half. And there's the snap. He's going to keep the ball, give it a pass out to number 2. That's Bryant Swindle out there. Tried to make a jump and catch over there, just over his head, off his fingertips. Like the play call there, Jeff. Keeping them honest.
Well, we're going to have to. They are definitely putting pressure on us. They have, I think, as we said at the end of the first half, they have figured some things out, and we're going to have to make some adjustments. And I think that's one of them, is opening up that passing game just a little bit.
So they are committed to stopping the run. It looks like they're going to a lot of man-to-man out there, Jeff, as well.
Yeah, I think they are.
That's going to bring up 3rd down for the Eagles. They're going to try to throw a screen pass right here just over the receiver's head. That ball will fall incomplete. That's going to bring up 4th down for the Eagles. That ball was intended for David Ortiz Ramirez. And the Eagles are going to march out their punt team. Looks like number 9, Callie McCants for the Blue Devils might be down. Looks like he may have a cramp the way he's kind of holding his calf muscle there. We'll let the trainers check that out. Jeff, thoughts as we get into the second half here? We had some time to kind of go through some stats. Anything that stands out to you from the first half?
Well, we talked about it at the end of the half. 11 penalties for Escambia County in the first half. That is just entirely too many. It is really amazing that they are still in the ball game at 8-6 with that many penalties.
Yeah, we talked about that going into halftime. If I'm one of the coaches of the Blue Devils, I'm getting the half and thankful to be down by 2. They had a great couple busted run plays, bust open run plays. We're back to punt. I don't know if that was a design fake punt, Jeff, or just a play that kind of got busted. I'm not sure, but that's going to be sniffed out by the Blue Devils.
Well, yeah, I think AC has the option every time just because of his talent, but he made the wrong read on that one.
Yeah, and that's going to give the Blue Devils great field position. We're just under 10 minutes here in the third quarter. Blue Devils are going to take over 1st down and 10 around the 13-yard line. That's not what you want, Jeff, right there on that play.
No, the smart play, and AC's a senior. He's got to know that. The smart play there is to kick that ball out.
Low snap to the number 1's going to bounce out. He is tackled about the 3-yard line. That was number 1, Tay Henderson. I was going to say it was a low snap, but the quarterback recovered that well and got that handoff off. Looks like for the Eagles, it was number 34, Micah Merritt, in on the tackle. And there's a fumble down there. The Eagles think they have it. Eagles are celebrating like they've got the ball.
Well, they did get the ball, but are they calling him down? That's the question.
The referees are huddled up. It looks like the way the Blue Devils are responding, they are calling him down. That ball's on the half-yard line. That would have been a big play for the Eagles.
They've got a little rhythm going now.
There's the snap. It's going to be a handoff. We're going to meet them at the line of scrimmage again. Eagle defense holding steady right here, Jeff.
I'll tell you what, the defense has played well. We've had lapses, and we expected that, but overall they have played well. I think we do a little better when we're on the aggressive side.
I agree. We've got a pile up down there. I'm not sure if it's just slow getting up or looks like they're all finally getting up now. That's going to bring up third down for the Eagles. Excuse me, third down for the Blue Devils.
They got a lineman as the fullback, so I'm assuming they're going to try to power.
They're under center there, and we sniffed that out.
No, they handed to the up back.
Yeah, they handed the up back, and he's in for the touchdown. So that'll be a Blue Devil touchdown. Looks like they might be lining up to go for two. No. Yes, they are going to go for two. Try to run a similar play. It was the exact same play. I believe he's short. No good is the call. He is short. Good stand by that defensive line right there. So that'll make our current score Alabama Christian 8 and the Escambia County Blue Devils 12. We're 7 minutes and 42 seconds to go in the third quarter. And, Jeff, we set them up right there for an easy score.
Yeah, 13 yards is not that difficult of a field to manage. We really gave them a gift on that fake punt.
Would love to kind of hear about, Jeff. I know you do a weekly kind of catch-up with Coach Summers. I'd love to know a little bit about that fake punt right there, kind of what was going through maybe AC's mind, what the call was. Maybe we can circle back to that next week or whenever we're back live again.
Yeah, I'll definitely ask the question and see what they have to say on that.
So the Blue Devils are going to be set to kick off. We've got AC Walters back to receive alongside David Ortiz Ramirez. And the kicker is Isaac Manzo for the Blue Devils. The Blue Devils are going to run somebody on late.
Nine's still hobbling for them. He's the end man.
Yeah, he is. He's right here near us, near our booth.
And
he's going to sit down. Yeah, he's going to sit down.
He just went down.
The whistle had already blown. There we go. They're going to blow it again. Looks like he might be cramping. Trainers are going to go check him out.
So our offense is going to need to respond here. We had a great first drive, couldn't have asked for much better, and frankly, we haven't done a whole lot since then. I think Escambia made some good adjustments, and we have not made the counter adjustment to come apart that.
And again, I want to tell you about August 28th at Arrowhead Country Club is ACA's annual golf tournament. It's presented by Sargent Insurance and Financial. So you can meet great people, eat fantastic food, compete for fun prizes, and support Eagle Athletics. So if you're interested in being on the playing in the annual golf tournament there for Sargent Insurance, you can visit alabamachristian.org/golf. So all you golfers and non-golfers out there, October 28th, come have a good time. And there's the kick for the Blue Devils. That's going to be kicked to David Ortiz-Ramirez. He comes upfield to the 30-yard line near us. He's brought down. He is brought down by, looks like number 20 for the Blue Devils. That's Damian Jenkins. So the Eagles are going to take over first down and 10 at the 30-yard line, Jeff. We need a good drive. You know, Jeff, we come out the first quarter, opening drive of the season, good, methodical, pound-the-rock drive. Blue Devils make a good adjustment. They are stacking the box a little bit more, going a lot more man, and we need to find an answer right here.
Yeah, definitely. They've got some momentum going for sure, and we need to keep their offense off the field.
So they're going to send AC in motion. They're going to give the ball to Ramirez. He's got a hole right there. He picks up a first down. There's a flag on the play. We'll wait and see what that flag is about. As it stands, it would be a first down for the Eagles. I see another player for the Blue Devils hobbling up.
Yeah.
That's going to be holding on the Eagles. So that's going to back us up. So that run will be negated.
They called it on the outside there. One of the receivers blocking outside. I'm not sure which one was called for holding.
So that'll negate the run. We're about 7.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. We do have a timeout on the field. Looks like there's a player down.
There's a player down at midfield. I didn't see him.
So I think we kind of got to that point of the game where you're starting to see some cramps. And, of course, it's really not that hot. It's a beautiful night. Feels like fall.
Maybe that'll be a good sign for us, though, if we may be in a little better shape than they are. And if they start cramping up, maybe we can take advantage.
That's number 20. It looks like Damian Jenkins, who's now making his way to the sideline. So they'll reset play. That'll be first down for the Eagles right at about the 30-yard line. Excuse me, first down and 12 is the official call after the holding call. That's going to be a handoff to AC Walters. He'll cross the original line of scrimmage. He'll pick up a gain of about 6 yards, make that second down way more manageable.
Second down and 6 at the 34-yard line.
I'm anxious to see if we use AC a little more in the backfield this time and give him the ball. They seem to have David figured out right now.
Right. I feel like Ace getting that ball in AC's hands. That's going to be Christian keeping. He's across the 40 to 45. He's got a first down. He's brought down right at the 50-yard line. So good play call right there. Good read by Christian Snipes. That's a 16-yard pickup. That's going to be first down. Looks like we're going to get in some tempo here.
He did stiff arm the official. You're right, Randy.
And we do a quick snap. Christian keeps it again. He picks up about 5 or 6 yards, and he just falls forward. He is a 2 or 3 yard extra every single time he's hit.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He has got that lean to him.
So it's going to be second down and 6 for the Eagles. 6.5 minutes to go in the third quarter. Eagles right now down 12-8 to the Escambia County Blue Devils here at John Mark Stallings Field. And there's the snap to Snipes. He's going to give it off to David Ortiz Ramirez, who had some room, tripped up, falls close to the line to the first down marker. About a 4-yard gain. He's going to be just shy. We're going to be 3rd down and 2 for the Eagles.
He had a seam right there, but he got bumped going through the hole and could not keep his balance.
He absolutely did. So 3rd down and 2 for the Eagles. And
We'll
we
take
got them.
that.
Yeah, we got them off sides there with a hard count. Good time to wrinkle that in right there too. They were about to bring the house. So that'll be 1st down Eagles.
Yeah, we've got a little rhythm going now, and the 12th penalty on the Blue Devils.
12th penalty. Wow. So 1st down Eagles. Snipes gets the ball. He's going to hand it off. There's some room for David Ortiz Ramirez. He's down close to the 20-yard line. That's going to be a 1st down.
On tempo.
We're going back into tempo.
Looks like that's our answer right now.
And that's a handoff. And that ball came loose. I'm not sure if he was down or not. It looks like they spotted him down. Before that last good play, our home coaches are to our right in the booth. They knew that was going to be a good play when it was snapped. So they saw something that they liked, and it was very well executed. We have a player down for the Blue Devils. That looks like don't have a good read on that number. Looks like it might be Jaquarius Moy. Looks like he could be cramping as well.
Yeah, they definitely are having issues. 9 is back on the field, but he has got a little limp. He's still trying to stretch it out.
I also saw a couple players for the Eagles on the sideline getting stretched out for cramps, so kind of reaching that point. Yeah, still a couple players trying to stretch it out. Get those mustard packets out and the pickle juice and whatever else they have out there.
I love this assistant coach for Escambia County. He just picks up his players.
Picks the player up.
And takes them to the sideline. It's the second time he's done it. It's like they're crossing the threshold when they're just married.
That's a big old boy he's carrying right there, too.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if that came through on the – maybe it did.
And he's just toting him right off the field.
I'm not sure if they were able to see that or not on the stream. But, yeah, that was – so we're back at action here after the injury timeout. Eagles have been on the move. We're 2nd down. Last play was a no gain. They're going to bring AC in motion again, and Snipes is going to keep it, and the Blue Devils sniff it out. They lose about a yard or two. That's going to bring up 3rd down for the Eagles. And, Jeff, they're going to stay in tempo right here.
Yeah, it's been working for us. We need something here, though, 3rd and long.
They didn't bite on the hard count there. Snipes looks over to the play, for the play from the coaches.
We got plenty of time. It's still 30 on the play clock. We can figure out what we want to do.
They're going to give it to to Ortiz Ramirez on the edge. And he goes down to about the 16-yard line. It looked like he had some room there, Jeff, for a second, and that window closed quickly.
Yeah, AC made a nice block on the corner, and if David could have kept his balance and stayed in bounds, we would have got more, but it ended up only being a 2-yard game when it was all said and done. All right, Tyson's about 37 yards out here.
And kick is up, and it is
no good.
They're going to call it wide left, no good. Good kick, just sailed left on him. That was Tyson Summers on the kick. Just went left of the upright. So the Blue Devils will have the ball It's going to be first down and 10 for the Blue Devils at the 20-yard line.
Yeah, we needed points there, that's for sure. Defense has got to stop it right now. Escambia's had a good rhythm last couple of drives that they've had the ball.
So let's see if the Eagles defense can keep up what they've been having going. Offense, man, such a good opening drive, Jeff, right down the field. I really thought we were off to a high-scoring game, at least on our side.
Yeah, it was good, but we got ourselves in that 3rd and long, and we couldn't get out of it.
There's the handoff to number 1. He goes to the right side. He rumbles down for a first down. He's finally brought down at about the 31-yard line. That number 1, Tay Henderson, was the ball carrier. So that's first down for the Blue Devils. Jeff, it's going to be interesting to see as we're about just under 4 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter how this 4th quarter is going to play out.
Yeah, we're on our heels a little bit right now defensively, so we really need to get off the field and get our offense a chance to take the lead back.
Somebody is going to take a shot, and they're going to hit it, and I think it's going to be a game changer. That ball popped out. They're going to blow it dead for progress. But, Jeff, I think that we're going to see somebody take a shot here. We've seen the Blue Devils try a couple. I just feel like there's that long shot down the field coming that's going to kind of blow the game open one way or the other from one of these teams.
Well, I think they are probably more likely to take that shot than we are, even though Christian's improved. I'm not sure that long-distance game is. And their quarterback's got a good arm.
He does.
We'll see. We'll see if our defensive backs can hold up.
We did see Snipes try the one to AC down the left sideline there, the home sideline, early in the game, but that's the only shot we've seen from them. And you're right, that Blue Devil quarterback, he likes to throw the ball as they hand it off here off the left side. That's number 9. He's scrambling around. He lost yards there. That's Callie McCants brought down. He was running back and forth trying to escape the tacklers. That looks like number 3, Broderick Williams.
TJ Merritt.
Looks like Jackson Burton also on the tackle.
Yeah, TJ Merritt did a great job of getting that turn back in. Those cornerbacks, that is their job. Turn those runners back in, and he had help coming.
That was a loss of 3. That's going to be 3rd down. Big play right here coming. Big down. There's the snap. There he may have moved, guys. He threw the ball out to the right. And they do have him on a false start. So that'll be a loss of 5 yards. We're about a minute and a half to go in the 3rd quarter.
We're trying the screen on that. Let's see if they just go back to it on this 3rd and long.
He dropped back to pass, didn't see anybody. He scrambled around, finds a receiver out to his right. He's got room to run. He picks up a first down, brought down 45-yard line. Late flag comes in, Jeff, on the tackle. I'm not sure what that flag may be.
I didn't even see the flag, so I'm not sure what it was.
Came in a little bit late, right after the tackle. We'll let them talk that out. Looks like we had him pretty covered up, Jeff, and the quarterback scrambled around for a minute and found an open receiver.
He made a nice play. He directed traffic a little bit, and you just cannot give up a 3rd and 18.
Coach Summers is walking out, waiting for the call. Let's see what it is. We have a
ineligible.
Oh,
man
it's going to be
downfield.
against the Blue Devils.
Once again, their wide receivers have had trouble all night trying to figure out where to line up, and it bit them on that one because that was a nice play.
So a legal man downfield is the call, and that was a big play for the Blue Devils. I was really curious what that call was going to be. Backs them way up.
I'm not real sure why they only lost 3 yards on that, but I'm not going to argue with them. But they were on the 24. Now they're on the 21. But
Is that
that's all right.
Is
that's
that
a 5-yard penalty? Should be dead ball. Ineligible man downfield.
Yeah.
All right, 3rd and 21. We got to get a stop.
So they'll drop back to pass. He's going to pass it out to his right. Great reception by the receiver. He's going to be short of the first down by about 3 or 4 yards. Clock is going to continue to run. A minute to go in the third quarter. Great pass, great catch. It's 4th down at about the 37-yard line. And it looks like they're going to go for it.
That was a nice catch because that was close coverage. We were right on him, and he went up and got it.
They're either going to go for it or try for a hard count right here. We'll see. Or jump off sides, one or the other. Or, false start, one or the other. Clock is just under 30 now to go in the third quarter. They're going to run it down. Actually, they're going to call timeout. 20 seconds to go in the third quarter. It's 4th down. And that's going to be their first charge timeout of the half. Jeff, are you surprised they're going for it from this? I mean, they got the lead.
No, I mean, they've had a good rhythm, and we've honestly had a little trouble stopping them. But I think we're going to be aggressive on this play.
Let's see if we'll come after him right here. Coach Epp all night has been very aggressive with his play calls. We talked about that was kind of his mojo. Young, athletic defense. We've got a 12-8 game, so low-scoring game, a lot of good defensive plays. Typical first game stuff. We've talked about that. Offsides and running people on late and having to call timeout. And so they're going to come back out. Looks like they're lined up to punt.
I'll take it.
Yeah, they're going to come out and punt now.
We need to play safe, though. Watch for the fake. I mean, they're running people on. This is like a Chinese fire drill.
So there he
goes.
They're going to fake it. They did fake it, and he just comes across. Ball's loose. The ball is loose. He gets the first down. That ball popped out. I can't tell who recovered it. Blue Devils think they do. Eagles think they have it. Both teams are pointing both ways. It looks like the Blue Devils do recover it. It's a first down. Is there a player down out there, guys?
Yeah.
Okay, we got a player down.
Looks like a couple ACA guys down.
Okay, now it's cleared out. I can see a couple players down. I think it's one of the players who's been stretching out some on the sideline, battling cramps. The other, I think both may be battling a cramp here. Jackson Burton, number 6, he's going to jog off. He's been stretching his calf for a few minutes on the sideline. He's noticeably cramping. Looks like the other one's number 3, Broderick Williams. So the Blue Devils line up to punt. It's a called fake, Jeff. Well executed. I think that we had a safe on. It looked like we were playing pretty safe right there. He just found a hole and picked it up.
Yeah, I think we were half expecting it for sure, but the guy just made a good cut, got up the middle, and then barreled his way for 8 yards and a first down. So got to take your hat off to him.
So first down, Blue Devils. We're about 5 seconds to go left in the third quarter. Blue Devils are up 12-8 over the ACA Eagles in what's been a very hard-fought football game. That's Broderick Williams coming off the field. The senior has had a good football game tonight. We've called his name several times. We'll try to give you an update on him. You hate to speculate. Looks like a little bit of cramp on him as well.
Yeah, he seems to be limping a little heavier, but you hope it is just a cramp that he's dealing with.
It looks like Jackson Burton jogged off, and he was okay. So we'll try to update as we can on some of these injuries, some of these cramps. Blue Devils do pick up the first down. This will be the last play of the third quarter. If they even get it off, they will get it off. It's a handoff, and he's going to lose a yard or two. And there's a late flag, guys. That was Tay Henderson again on the carry. Tackle was made by Cooper Milner, the freshman. Excuse me, the sophomore. Cooper Milner. Late flag is thrown in. Not sure what happened. I don't know if we got a late hit out there. Personal foul. It's going to be against the Blue Devils.
Yeah, I think a lineman carried his block out way past on Levi Summers, I think is who he was moving, and I think that's where the call came from.
So the time has expired for the third quarter. That's a personal foul on the Blue Devils.
So I'm not sure if that's after the play and it stays second down or if that's a penalty and first down. I don't.
Looks like they're going to have him run one more play.
Yeah.
So it's still going to be first down, it looks like. And, man, they have just shot themselves in the foot with the penalties.
Yeah, it is really amazing that they are even winning this game with the just undisciplined play that we've seen from them.
That's going to be a handoff to the left side. That's sniffed out by the Eagles. That will officially end the third quarter with our current score, Escambia County 12 and Alabama Christian 8. That will take us out into a quarter break here as we go into the fourth quarter. Jeff, what needs to happen in the fourth quarter for the Eagles?
Well, we've got to find some kind of offensive rhythm. We had a good drive, but we shot ourselves and couldn't overcome it. And then the defense has got to bow up right here. We've got to keep it at a 4-point game and give it back to the offense, give ourselves a chance.
So if you're the Eagles, you're probably looking for an offensive rhythm. If you're the Blue Devils, you got to just stop and shoot yourself in the foot. You've done some pretty good things.
Yeah, they have definitely been their own worst enemy tonight. And, yeah, the defense has got to step up. If it's a penalty on Escambia, we've got to keep them off the scoreboard and get that ball back. And we're in a good spot. I mean, it is second and, I believe, 26 or so.
Just heard an announcement over the PA. I knew the voice sounded different. Adam Donaldson over there.
Oh, they did.
He's giving an announcement over there. So I knew that voice sounded a little bit different. So we're set to start the fourth quarter. We got 12 minutes to go in the game. It's been a good night of football. Opening night here at John Mark Stallings Field. It's going to be second down and very long for the Blue Devils. Quarterback's going to keep. He's got a guy wide open, guys. That's a catch down the sideline. He's going to score. That's a touchdown pass. Pass is from number 8, Jamarian Robinson. Pass complete to number 11, Ronald Jackson III. He was wide open. And I don't know if that was something schemed up or a busted coverage, Jeff.
I think it was a busted coverage. Our cornerback, for whatever reason, defensive back on that side sucked way up. So I don't know if there was a short man or they ran a fake or something, but the receiver just ran right by him, and the quarterback hit him in stride.
Threw it to a wide open receiver. He had some speed, so he was gone off to the races. Blue Devils are going to come out. They're now up 18-8. It looks like they're going to line up and go for 2.
Yeah, I'm not sure they have a kicking game.
I don't think
I'm
so
guessing
either.
They're 2
And
points every time.
they're going to get it. They're
Yeah.
going to get it this time. The 3-point conversion's good. I was just thinking, man, if you take the extra point, that 11 is a lot bigger deal than a 10, but at this point they just went to 12. So Escambia County will be 20. ACA Eagles will be 8. Fourth quarter just underway. Big play. Jeff, you got a yardage on that pass?
Yeah, it was 72 yards.
72-yard pass on a second and very long.
Yeah, we had them right where we wanted them, and we just couldn't make the play. It sure seems like a long time ago, that opening scoring drive we had. Offense is, I wouldn't say you have to score this time, but you're going to be in a world of hurt if you don't put something up on the board this time.
And Jeff, you're right. That opening drive seems like a very long time ago.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
We've got AC Walters back. We've got David Ortiz Ramirez back to receive. We'll see if they kick it full distance here, or they try to squib, or onside kick. It's amazing in high school sports how many onside kicks you see. They are going to kick it. And there's a whistle. There's a flag. That's going to go against the Blue Devils, it looks like. I believe they were lined up incorrectly. And they're going to back them up. Jeff, they are leaving the door wide open for. I mean, they're leaving it wide open.
Yeah, and they've given us every opportunity, and so far we haven't been able to take advantage. So let's see what we can do here.
So they're going to re-kick, backing them up 5 yards. There's the kick. It's a lot better kick.
Yeah,
a lot better kick. Over our returners' heads. David's got it. He finds some room right here. He's off the left side. He's across the 50. One man to beat. And he is tracked down at the 20-yard line. Great return.
That is exactly what we needed.
Got the crowd back into it. Fired the sideline up. Coaches are excited. There's a player down on the field.
It's number 9 again, I believe.
I believe he might be cramping still. I don't see any flags in the play. Great return by David Ortiz Ramirez, giving the Eagles new life over here.
74 yards on that kick return.
74-yard kick return. It's going to be 1st and 10. And, Jeff, I know this goes without saying, it's a big drive right here.
This is the boost we needed. David just gave us a pop, 3/4 of the field. I mean, we're right where we want to be. Got to punch it in this time.
Really woke the crowd up.
Yeah, the crowd's been sitting on their hands a little bit. We hadn't have a whole lot to cheer about. So, yeah, get the student crowd going down there. They're right in front
section,
of them.
yeah, I see it. They're fired up over there. There's a timeout on the field. Guys, I'm assuming the theme tonight is something about Western because I see a lot of cowboy hats in the student section.
That is correct. It was Western.
It's a Western theme tonight. I see a lot. That's those seniors down there. They're decked out. So there's timeout on the field. The current score is Escambia County 20, ACA 8. David Ortiz Ramirez put the Eagles in great field position on a good kick return. They have the ball right at the 20-yard line. In scoring position, down a couple of scores in the fourth quarter. Jeff, this is where we talked about pregame, where guys, some new names stepping up, making some plays.
Yeah, it's right here for us right now. So, David, big play. We've got AC lined up at running back this time, so let's see what we've got in store.
Snipes is going to keep it, and he picks up a few yards. Still battling. Jeff, there's a little bit of shoving down there. Jeff, are you surprised we haven't seen AC in the backfield more? Or is that about what you expected?
A little bit. I thought he may be a little more in there, but I do think Escambia's whole plan was to stop him, and so I think they have kind of taken what they've given us, and AC hasn't been featured quite as much in the backfield because of that. But now at crunch time, it's going to be 2 plays in a row.
He is in the backfield. They're in the pistol. And Snipes hands it off to AC off the right side. He's got some room over there. He rumbles down for a first down. He's across the 5-yard line.
He said ball was down, yep.
So the ball pops, but the referee immediately rules him down. Looks like we're going to go back into some tempo here. And, Jeff, I like the tempo. When we've ran tempo, it has been pretty successful.
It has worked for us so far. You're right.
And there's a quick snap. He hands it back off to AC. He's brought down around the 3 or 4 yard line.
All right, so we're going to slow it a little and take a look.
Now we're going to huddle. Big play right here.
Yep.
Empty backfield. Snipes keeps it. He sent somebody in motion on a fake handoff, fake sweep. I think he's brought down right about the 1 yard line. We're going to go 3rd down and goal right here. And there's a timeout on the field. We're going back to tempo. This is going to be timeout. Escambia. Yeah, I think the referees pointed to the wrong side at first. So Eagles on the move, set up on a good kick return by Ortiz Ramirez here in the 4th quarter, midway almost through the 4th quarter. Jeff, I don't know if you have it handy or not. Rushing per team. Do you have a ballpark on that at all?
I really don't. I tried to add it up during halftime a little bit and wasn't able to get going. I would assume Escambia has rushed for a little more than we have, but it's probably pretty even, I would think.
Both teams have rushed pretty well then.
Yeah.
So back live on the field, Eagles are 3rd and goal. And Snipes keeps it again. He's across. He's a touchdown.
Oh.
That's a touchdown for the Eagles. Big touchdown.
Had a little tush push going there.
Christian Snipes gets across. Big touchdown for the Eagles right there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. We had to answer. David Ortiz Ramirez just sparked the team with that huge return, and now we've punched it in and we're right back in it.
So we're going to line up for the extra point. Good call right here for sure. There's the snap, and that is going to be good. Extra point is good. That's going to take our score, Escambia County 20, ACA 15. We're 9 minutes and 40 seconds left in the 4th quarter. And we are in a close game, Jeff. That's what we called it before it started. We felt like we'd be in a close one.
Yeah, we thought it would be that way the whole time. Thought we'd have some more points, and they have put some points on the board here in the second half. It's time for the defense to stand up. They have, I think, overall played a good game tonight, but they're going to have a stop right here.
And they are, and, they're going to grow up tonight.
Yeah.
We've talked about it several times, a lot of young players on the field. But I tell you what, you lose that young player image quickly, that label, because it's baptism by fire.
Right.
But guess what? You're a sophomore. You're out here. You're young. After this game's over with, now you're the guy.
That's right.
So you're going to grow up really quick. I've been really impressed with the defense tonight. I've been impressed by the defensive line. I know there's been a lot of conversation about a lot of new starters on that side. We talked about it. But we said, and the coaches have said, this is a young, athletic defense. They can make some plays. And I've been really impressed with them.
Get ready for the squib. Tyson's checking on the sideline. I don't know what he got, but he was checking with Coach Summers.
And here
Escambia's
it goes.
thinking they're going to.
Yeah, so Tyson, he boots one. And that ball is floating around.
Oh, get that ball! Sorry, didn't mean to yell, folks, but the guy from Escambia just ran away from the ball at the 2-yard line.
So he treated it as it was a punt return.
Right.
And so he lets the ball loose. He lets it just – in his mind, I think he's thinking punt return, but on a kickoff, that ball is live. And our guys were running down to it, and when they got close, everybody started yelling, every booth up here. So
big time mistake on the return there. And again,
yes,
they are leaving the door open for us if we can just take advantage right here.
Absolutely. Well, everybody in every booth up here was yelling. So on both sides, all in the crowd, everybody's going, get it, get it. So the Blue Devils will take over 1st and 10 at the, what is that, guys? The 3-yard line.
Yeah, they may be back on the 2.
2-yard line. Tyson Summers booted the ball. Kick returner misplays it, treats it as a punt to be blown dead. But even if it was a punt return, I wouldn't probably leave it at the 2-yard line like that. So, but certainly not on a kick return where that ball can be. So they're going to pitch it to the left. He barely makes it out of the end zone. He is popped.
Big hit by number 5.
That's Mekhi Gardner. Big pop. Everybody in the crowd responded. So that's going to be 2nd down. He barely made it out of the end zone. He may have lost a half yard there. From our angle, it's a little bit hard to tell. And they just jumped offside. I'm sorry, false start.
Yep.
False start. Jackson Burton's looking at the crowd. He's waving his arms around.
Trying to keep that momentum on our side.
I think it's worth noting, guys, that new scoreboard looks really nice over there in that end zone.
Yeah, it is nice.
Yeah,
It's
really
a
nice.
great feature for the game day experience.
So there's the snap. He drops back to pass just over the fingertips of the receiver. Really good pass.
Yeah.
That pass was intended for number 2, Javon Brown. It was good coverage back there. Looks like, number 4, Merritt back there on the coverage. So that's going to bring up 3rd down for the Blue Devils. I do like the shot attempt.
Yeah, what do you have to lose if you're them at this point? So I don't mind that play at all.
So it's a 5-point game. He drops back to throw again. There's some pressure back there. He throws up the middle. That ball falls incomplete. There's no flags.
Yeah, great play by Cooper Milner.
Great defense by Cooper Milner out there.
And
Blue Devil coaching staff wanted a flag, but very well played.
And he puts the sword in the sheath after the play.
He does. Levi Summers was in the backfield applying pressure to that quarterback. That's going to bring up 4th down, punting out of your own end zone.
Zero had a long conversation with the referee, but to no avail.
So we're going to put Bryant Swindle back to return. He's standing about the 38-yard line.
We should get really good field position here.
The Blue Devils are going to run somebody on late. There's the punt. We're going after it. We blocked it. It's blocked. That's a touchdown, Eagles. Block punt.
I believe Jackson Burton got the block, I believe. And T.J. Merritt picked it up for the touchdown.
That's a touchdown, Eagles. We've been talking about it, Jeff, keeping the door open. You keep that door open for so long, and you are just shooting yourself in the foot.
And how about the defense, man? I mean, the young guys are growing up. Man, they stopped them deep in their own end zone, and then special teams came up with a huge play.
I mean, Jeff, you've got freshmen on that defensive side of the ball making plays. Freshmen, sophomores.
Yeah, it's really been incredible. They've done a great job tonight and responded here. 2 drives in a row. They had to have stops, and we were able to get it. I'm a little surprised we're going for 2 here because I just don't think Escambia has a kicking game where they could even try a field goal. But maybe if they got close, they could win it on a close field goal.
So that's Snipes coming back in. He's got the play call. They are going to go for 2. He huddles the team up. They break that huddle, go to the line.
We'll see if what we have up our bag here that we can get the 2.
He brings AC back in the backfield with him. And they're going to do the tush push again. He's in.
Yeah, sure did.
He's in. Good play call. 2-point conversion's good. That takes your current score to Alabama Christian 23 and Escambia County 20. We're just under 9 minutes to go in the game. And Jeff, a little back and forth here as we go down the stretch of the game.
Yeah, man, it's been a fun game to watch, but what a response by ACA. They got down 2 scores. They could have easily folded up with those youngsters, first time under the lights. But, man, David Ortiz-Ramirez got it all started with that huge kick return. We punch it in, we stop them, we block a punt, we recover it in the end zone, and that's how quickly things can change.
So I'm going to tell you what that also did in the last few sequences. The crowds come alive, the student sections come alive, and all it takes is that momentum to flip. A couple big plays just like that.
That's exactly right. And Jackson Burton getting the student section fired up a minute ago, that helped.
Well, and Jeff, I think we have found our brand new life of the team guy. He's going to be fun to watch these next couple years.
I think you're right. William Milner would be proud, wouldn't he?
He would be. I hope he's here tonight.
I
Maybe
hope he
he's
is too.
passed that torch there to Jackson. So, and we do it a squib kick. Great tackle by number 15, Jordan Sanders. So it's going to give the Blue Devils about the 36-yard line to begin their drive. Going to be interesting right here, Jeff. I love the aggression of the defense. The Blue Devils have really opened up their playbook the last couple sequences. It'll be interesting to see this chess match keep going back and forth.
Yeah, it's working for us right now. I think we stay aggressive. 6 still trying to get the students fired up. There they go. I wish the band was doing something to help out there, but I'm not sure what's going on with that.
I haven't heard them play in a little while.
I haven't either. But this is the time to make noise and disorient the offense.
It definitely is. He dropped back to pass. He finds an open player. Ball's thrown high off the fingertips. Also in the vicinity of a near interception. That was number 3, Broderick Williams out there. That was also number 52, applying pressure, Jamarcus Leonard on the quarterback. That'll bring up second down.
Yeah, the pressure definitely affected him because he was open. If he could have got it to him, that would have been dangerous. But the pressure affected him, and the pass was high.
And, Jeff, look, when you're aggressive playing man the way we're doing it, you're going to have some guys streaking in the field like that. But if you can apply that pressure, mess that quarterback's timing up, advantage is yours.
No
Here
doubt.
we go again. We're coming after him again. He scrambles out to his right, goes out of bounds right at about the 43-yard line. That's going to bring up third down. That was a gain of 7 yards. So third down coming for the Blue Devils.
Big down right here. It's like they're switching up a little, but we're staying with what we had. They're bunched up over here on the near side. Nice play, Broderick Williams in the backfield.
That was number 1, Tay Henderson, the running back. They're going to be short by about a yard. That's going to bring up a fourth down in decision time, Jeff.
How did they get 2 yards on that? I have no idea. I could have swore he was tackled in the backfield. I guess he lunged. He had the Christian Snipes lean and got a couple yards out of that. Yeah, big right here.
Big play right here. Fourth down.
They've got the lineman at fullback again.
And we got him. We got him in the backfield.
No.
Oh, man.
They gave it to the up back again.
They gave it to the up back again. They sure did. Big play.
Stopped him yet.
Good play there for the Blue Devils.
Yeah.
Picks up a first down. First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
They're going to get a little bit tempo here. It'll be first and 10. Went to the up back again. And again, he picks up some play. Now, I'm going to tell you, that big up back, you keep giving to those guys, and you'll get you a cough ball up here before too long. So
yeah, he's loving life, man. He's living his
He
dream
is.
running that ball.
they're not known to have the best hands in the world. So it'll be interesting to see if they keep going to that well. Well, he coughed that ball up.
Yeah, Coach just pulled him, so he rode that horse for a couple of plays, and then I think he probably agreed with you, Ben. They're only going to do that for so long. Yeah.
So second down for the Blue Devils. There's the snap. He gives it off to number 1. He's met in the backfield.
I believe that was 52, but we got
I believe
a flag.
you're right. Number 52, Jamarcus Leonard,
I think
was
we
in the backfield.
May get a face mask the way that flag was thrown.
We'll see what the call is. Face mask against the Eagles. Good call, Jeff. Not what you're looking for right there. Love the aggression. Shoot the gap. Hit them in the backfield.
He was probably just hanging on with everything he could hang on with and got the face mask.
So that's giving them some yards back.
I'm not real sure.
Looks like they called it inadvertent face mask, so that changes the yardage. It's still going to be second down. They're lined up. Yeah, they're lined up in the neutral zone there. Or excuse me, they're off.
Another flag.
Another flag comes down. I believe that was the call. Number 33, McElrath on the tackle for the Eagles. Looks like they may get the Blue Devils on a hold. They're going to back them up. 6 minutes and 15 seconds to go in the fourth quarter.
Tell Tell you what, with all these penalties, I'm having trouble figuring out my down and distance and where the ball is. They are coming close on 20 penalties for the night.
In a 3-point game.
Yeah. And he's offsides. You got to call that.
That handoff, we don't want to tackle came pretty deep out of bounds. No flag on the play there.
Well,
not a bad play call there for the Blue Devils to get some yardage back, but they're looked like one of the receivers was not lined up right.
Oh, he was lined off over the line, but they did not call it.
And I believe that's one of the things they've been calling a lot.
Yeah.
Is that same receiver being lined up wrong.
Got our heat timeout now.
We do have a heat timeout on the field. Our score, ACA 20, Escambia County, ACA 23, Escambia County 20.
Yeah, one of the reasons AC hit him late on that sideline thing, too, had a hold of AC's face mask and was pulling him off the sideline, too, so he kind of just pulled AC into himself.
It looks like all the guys, at least from the Eagles, that were battling some cramps and whatnot, looks like everybody's okay and back in the game. So something we were trying to keep an eye on a little bit.
Yeah.
So, again, a good play call right there. Getting some yardage back.
Yep, still 3rd and 4. Still, we got our goal in front of us. Keep them off, but they are closer. I would expect they go 2 downs here. Their line looks exhausted. I just watched them run back from that heat timeout. Well, it wasn't really a run, but come back on the field from that heat timeout, they look exhausted.
Little confusion on our side there. There's the snap. He's going to hand it off the right side. He's got room, guys. That's number 1. That's Tay Henderson again. He's going to score a touchdown for the Blue Devils. It was a hand off the right side. He got space, and he went the distance.
Yeah, once again, that outside has hurt us a little bit. We did not contain, and once he got around the corner, we were not catching him. That'd be nice if we could keep them off the 2-point conversion here, if that's what they're going to do. So we'd be within a field goal still.
So they're going to line up here. They're up by 3. Looks like they'll go for an extra point. Well,
I thought they were too, Ben, but I don't
know that they have a.
All right, they are
going to go for extra point.
I would look at the fake and.
Well, if they get it, they go up by 4. So that's probably the right call. Let's see. Well, snap looks a little. Nope. Oh.
Nope.
No good. That whole thing looked really odd, but no good is the call. That takes our score, Escambia County 26, ACA 23. We're just under 6 minutes to go in the game.
26, ACA 23. All right, we've got it in front
we
of
are
us here.
We're in a close one.
Yep.
It's going to go down to the wire. So they'll get ready to take the field. We'll see what happens on this kick return here, Jeff. This was the last time we did this. There was just a little bit of a moment of unclarity back there for the kick returner. He left it He left it alone, recovered it last minute around the 2-yard line. Let's see what happens here.
Well, so last time
that was us. That's right. That's true.
Last time they kicked deep, and
that's true.
And we burned them. So I'm anxious to see if they just pooch it out here again. Even though they've kicked away from AC every time, and David's the one that burned them, but I think the deep kick and threw their timing off a little bit. I would expect a shorter kick this time.
And you're right. There's the kick. Ramirez runs up. He's got some run into the defender. Looks like that's number 3, Bull Bolar again for the Blue Devils.
Good field position, though, to start off, 36.
I tell you what, guys, this has been a long quarter.
Yeah.
This quarter has been, it's almost 10 o'clock.
Yeah.
This is a long game.
Half,
yeah, it's been a long game. I'm not sure why, really. I guess we just had some more stoppage than normal. But Eagles going to start the drive, first down and 10, about the 36-yard line. That's David Ortiz Ramirez.
Running hard.
That's what he does. He picks up the first down. He rumbles down to about the 50-yard line. That's a pickup of about 15 yards. He's got to be over 100. No? So first down, Eagles. That's another handoff to David, and he is tackled about the line of scrimmage. That'll bring up second down. So the official call might be a loss of 1 on the play. That's where they spot it.
All right, I'm anxious to see if we try to go out to our other receivers or if we stay strictly with the big 3.
Oh, I like it. Bryant Swindle's wide open off the pump fake. He's going to score a touchdown. Great pass from Christian Snipes. He pump fakes like he's going short. D-back bites on the pump fake, and he leaves Bryant Swindle wide open down the field. Great play call, great execution, and that'll put the Eagles back up.
That was a tremendous play, and man, that guy bit on the short pass, on the pump fake. He had no idea where Bryant Swindle was. He was about 10 yards behind him when he caught the ball. And yeah, great touch by
pass.
Christian on the pass.
And great call by the coaches. Perfect time to call that. Extra point is up, and it's good. That'll take our score to ACA 30 and Escambia County 26. We go back and forth. We're under 5 minutes to go in the game, and it feels like that momentum just keeps going towards the Eagles, Jeff.
Well, Ben, you called it a little while ago. You said somebody's going to take a deep shot, and you think it's going to be the difference in the game. And shame on me. I was doubtful that deep shot would be us, and I'm glad I was incorrect because Christian and Bryant hooked up for 51 yards and gave us the lead with less than 5 minutes left to go in the game.
Well, and we've been talking about it. Christian, he's capable of making that pass, especially now. He's been a quarterback, quote-unquote, for a year now. He's got an arm. You have to respect that arm and credit the coaches for really scheming one up, that can free up a receiver and make that target, a wide-open target. So that's going to flip the score once again. Eagles take over here, up by 4.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if we tried to just go deep.
Well, guys, our low-scoring defensive game has turned into a little bit of a high-scoring game now.
Yeah, remember that time I complained about the low scoring?
Well, I refer to this as a defensive game. It feels like a couple hours ago, but
a lot of excitement in the second half.
Deep kick into the end zone. That's going to be a touchback. So the Blue Devils will come out. First down and 10. 4 minutes and 41 seconds to go in the game. They're down by 4.
That is such a weapon in high school ball to be able to have a kicker who can touch, put it in the end zone for the touchback. Now, Escambia's got to go 80 yards. That's what we've got to make them do. No big plays. Make them march down the field. Nothing cheap.
And here's that defense. Had a good game. Look, the defense has played great.
And
They've had a few busts for some big plays, but overall, I think they get a really good score tonight. Defensive line, linebackers, D-backs, all of them.
Escambia has been playing too much EA Sports College. They were all lined up at the 25, thinking that's where they were going to start. But in high school, they're starting at the 20.
Start at the 20. It'll be first down and 10 at that 20.
Yeah, I think the chain gang was confused too.
I think so too. They're going to hand off the left side. He picks up a couple out there. He's still rumbling a little bit across the 25-yard line. That was number 1, Tay Henderson again. He's had a really good game.
Yeah, you have called his name several times, unfortunately. And he's had a couple of big runs.
Pressure on the quarterback out there.
Oh,
we
Cooper
almost
Milner
intercepted
almost
it.
got that ball. Great pressure by 33 and McElrath. I got to figure out how to say his name. I apologize if I'm butchering it. McElrath. Sorry.
That's going to bring up 3rd down and 5.
Great pressure. And, man, Cooper almost got that pick.
Young player, sophomore, Cooper Milner out there.
He's played a good game. I tell you, the young kids have had a good game tonight.
I think the youth movement is. We're calling freshmen, sophomores.
That's right.
There's the snap. Got pressure in the backfield there. Good pressure.
I believe that was O'Kevion Suggs, 55, I believe.
I
Great
think you're right.
play.
Big 55 Suggs just busts right in. Gets him in the backfield. That's going to bring up 4th down.
They probably feel like they're going to have to go here. I mean, it's only 3:28 left, but, man, that's a gamble, 4th and 8 on your own 22. Of course, we ran a fake punt on our own 15, so I guess the risk is relative.
Looks like they're going to come out. Looks like they haven't made their mind up.
No,
I wouldn't be surprised to see a timeout call right
yeah,
here.
because they're still –
There's 5 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah.
And there you go. There's your timeout.
Yeah, I believe this is their last one.
So timeout. They'll talk about their decision. They've got –
I think they do.
I think they've got – I think the scoreboard has them at 0. I do think they have 1 timeout left.
I am totally unofficial, but I do have them as that's their 3rd.
There seems to be a little confusion on the timeout situation. I've got that as a 3rd timeout. My friend Adam next door has them at 4. He just announced the 4th timeout.
Well, our coaching staff definitely thought it was 4. I thought it was 3 also.
Yeah, I've got them at 3 as well, but
they immediately went to the refs and were asking, hey, what's going on? So
it's 4th down, and the decision is in. Let's see what happens. We're just over 3 minutes to go in the game. The Blue Devils are down by 4. It's 4th down. Looks like they are going to go for it.
Play of the game right here.
Crowd's getting loud. Student section's getting fired up. There's the snap. There's confusion. There's a flag.
False start.
That's another false start. They're right in front of the student section, and they got really loud. They're gonna. Does this change your call, Jeff? I mean, you're backed up here with 3 minutes to go.
My guess is no. I think they're going to try to go for it. I think they're in a little bit of desperation mode. And I get it. They don't have any timeouts left, so we get the ball. They cannot stop the clock. Even if we don't get a first down, we could take it to under a minute easily. Yeah, the scoreboard made an impact right there. It said make some noise, and the student section definitely did. We need to do some more stuff like that.
So here we go. Big play right here.
There we go.
Play clock's at about 6 seconds. There's the snap. It's going to be a quick pass out. It's dropped.
Get the ball.
That's
he
dropped. That's an incomplete pass.
I thought that was a backwards pass, but he said incomplete.
Eagles take over on downs with 2 minutes and 53 seconds to go in the game.
Huge play right there. Now let's eat about 2.5 minutes off the clock and punch one in and go to the house.
Run some time off right here.
Right.
You know, the Blue Devils, we think they're out of timeouts.
Well, apparently they've got some credit, and they just can keep coming back. They got some saved up from last year they didn't use. Now, if the ball is not in 1, 21, or 17 hands, I will be shocked.
I would think they come very simple right here, very clean. It's handoff to AC off the left side. AC spins around. He picks up maybe no gain. And they're content with that right now. Let that clock go. They're not looking to pick up chunks. They just want the clock to go up by 4.
Oh, definitely.
Good field position. Opposing team out of timeouts.
We should not even hike the ball until 5 or less on the play clock.
After the game, we are going to have our player of the game. It's going to be brought to you by Mossy Oak Properties. So we will have our Mossy Oak Property player of the game. And, Jeff, we got several to choose from. I'll be honest with you.
We sure do.
So
I might have to have co-players in the game.
Absolutely. So the clock is going right at about 2 minutes to go. We're going to hand off to the right side. That's David Ortiz Ramirez. He's not interested in just sitting on it, buddy. He hit the hole fast. He takes it 9 yards. So it's marked 3rd down and 2. We're under 2 minutes to go in the game. Blue Devils are out of timeouts.
Yeah, Coach Dawkins smart. Calling Christian over, making sure we know exactly what's going on. Plus, time keeps ticking as he's talking to him. Good move by Coach.
I want to give a shout-out to Brad Williams, who's watching the game at home right now and just said we're doing a great job. So thank you, Brad.
Yeah, thank you, brother.
Thank you, Brad, for your support. There's a snap to Christian. He's going to keep it.
Let's get us a first down right here.
He rumbles across what looks like to be a first down. We'll see where the spot is. We're under a minute to go in the game.
Well, I thought they were going to measure, and that's why they stopped it. But so they're calling us short.
They're going to mark us 4th down.
4th and 1 at the 8. I'd run it down to 17 seconds. And, shoot, take a penalty.
Absolutely.
Well, I really hope we don't.
Snipes is empty backfield.
Now we tried to draw him off. Coach is heading down to the ref. He's going to call timeout here at the end. Yeah.
Timeout is called by Coach Summers.
Good call by him.
Right as the play clock.
Timeout on the field for ACA.
Right as the play clock was getting ready to go to 0. So there's 14 seconds left on the game clock. It's going to be 4th and about 2 for the Eagles.
I believe this would be a great time for the tush push again and get it. It's going to take about 5 or 6 seconds to unpile and figure out at worst case, you know. So even if we don't make it, they only have about 8 seconds left.
Who'd have thought, guys, that we're living in an era where there's a play called the tush push?
I hear you, man.
You know what I mean? So you think they had that in 74?
No, I don't think so. I don't know if you guys have seen, though, the 74 team had some sweet yellow helmets. So back in the day, Alabama Christian was cardinal and gold, not cardinal and gray like we are now, or maroon and gray like we are now. So they had some sweet yellow helmets back in the day.
I did not know that. I prefer the colors we are right now over the yellow, probably.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a throwback jersey sometime, you know, with a little gold trim in it or something like that. Would be kind of cool.
So right at 14 seconds to go in the game, it's 4th down and 2. Eagles are back out on the field.
Yep, here we go.
Went for the hard count. Look over to get the play. There's the snap. Snipe is going to keep it.
First down.
That's first down. Easy first down.
That's your ball
That's going to be ball game, ladies and gentlemen. As the clock is at 9 seconds, they'll reset. And there you go. That'll mark it down to 0.
A lot of heart and fight by the boys tonight. I'm really proud of them.
Good, hard-fought game for the Eagles tonight, back and forth. They never laid down, and you have to give them credit for that. Great opening win for the Eagles. Start out the season. This is a game that could have gone either way. We talked about that before the game started, and Eagles showed a lot of grit, and I think we have to give a lot of credit to the coaching staff. Some really good play calls at the right time. The play where Snipes hits Swindle for the big 51-yard touchdown sticks out. But, man, just making the right plays at the right time for the boys.
Yeah, it was huge. We started off great with that first drive. We hit a little bit of a lull, and I thought the coaches had a good job making their decisions of which way we're going to go, changes we had to make. And, we called the right plays at the right time. And, man, I'm just impressed with that young defense. Those guys really played a whale of a game.
Absolutely. Looking forward to seeing them, just the growth through the year and some big games coming up. But this is a great win to get the season started. And there is a lot of players, I think, Jeff, that could be in that conversation, for player of the game. And like you said, we may have to have an offense or a defense or a co-player of the game. But our Mossy Oak Properties player or players of the game, who you got?
Honestly, both of my guys had special team moments today. David Ortiz-Ramirez sparked this team with that huge kick return. He probably had about 70 to 80 yards rushing. If you add that on top of the 74, that's over 150 yards of total offense that he put on the ground tonight. And then Jackson Burton with the block punt that ended up being a score. And I do think he is going to be the emotional leader of the team. I think we saw that tonight. And so those are my 2 picks for the players of the game.
I think that's great. Jackson Burton, David Ortiz-Ramirez, both of getting tonight's Mossy Oak Properties players of the game. Great night. Again, our final score is ACA 30 and Escambia County 26. Proud to see the Eagles finish off. They're all gathered down there doing the alma mater right there in front of the student section. Thank you for joining tonight. If you couldn't be here live, we'll be here at all of our home games broadcasts. And this year, we're looking to go on the road as well. And that first road game will be to be determined a little bit. But Jeff and I are both excited to just broadcast all of our games to you this year. And so if you can't make it here live and you want to watch the Eagles, make sure you jump on here and join the broadcast. And, again, we want to thank Trey Holliday and all of his team for all they do to make this happen. Excited about the season. So one last time, ACA 30 and Escambia County 26. For Jeff Taggart and Randy Holman, I'm Ben Russell. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.
Good night.